Blog Talk Radio.
You know, I got to say that this feels kind of really weird that I'm doing a show at 11 o'clock because normally I'm lying here on my couch as I am right now trying to fall asleep. And now I'm even more wide awake because I know I have to do my job. Doesn't that seem weird to you folks? So, hey, it's me. This is a very, very, very late night Wednesday edition of my show. Normally, as most of you know, I'm not on to begin with at this time of night. So, first of all, it's a pleasure to be able to do this because I never get to do it. Second of all, I'm awake 90% of the time at this time, and what better time to have a show and talk to somebody that you like and talk to the universe and anybody who wants to talk to us tonight. So before I put Jimmy on the line, I just want to do a couple quick things, actually a couple quick announcements. I am on the air one more time this week, which is tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. The lovely young ladies from what they call the Badassery Podcast, who were kind enough to interview me a week and a half ago, were very, very sweet and approached me and said, hey, come on my show. I did that. And in return, of course, I'm going to be interviewing them. So I'm super excited to have both those girls on tomorrow. That's 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And then I'm taking a break. I don't know for how long. I guess a lot of that depends on how the doctor goes, which I'll keep you guys filled in because I don't want to talk about that right now. So there's that. Obviously, a reminder to everybody that we are in regular submission time for my festival. Again, it's Art is Alive Film Festival. Go to the website, artisalivefilmfestival.yolasite.com for your submissions. Regular submissions are, of course, $30. To the best of my knowledge, I think I'm completely done with all my waivers. So to be honest with you, it's just all regular submissions. And again, that's for feature films, short films, youth films, web series, and, of course, screenplays. And the screenplays, of course, are a little different prices. Those are the $20, and, of course, the youth films are the $10. And why? Because they're young and they're broke. It's just that simple. So feel free to go ahead and submit at will. Obviously, one more reminder, August 16th to the 19th, and our location is to be determined. Why? Because I'm still looking for it at the moment. So I'll get back to you when I get that done. Also, huge reminder, in case anybody forgot, I am selling the catalog, Art is Alive, The Magic of Indie Movies. Why? Number one, because if I sell 2,000, I give it back to the filmmakers, $3,000 to all of them. That's the finalists and the winners of the festival. Second of all, it helps to finance my movie, and at this rate, I'm the only one financing it. That's going to be a bit of a problem. So make sure you go out and do that. And last reminder, yes, I'm still looking for a non-union guy. You guys are killing me with this, okay? How hard is it to find one New Yorker that's not an actor who's a SAG person? Hello, non-union, 45 to 55, one full day of shooting. Certainly you can stand me for an entire day, right? So if anybody's interested, either direct message me on social media or obviously send me an email, which is CIN4251@gmail.com. Obviously the name of my film, because I say it like every day and twice on Sunday, is Loves to a Mirror. I'm frankly kind of tired of talking about it. So I think that's everything I can think of, except we're giving away something tonight, and I think I'll just let Jimmy control the entire rest of the show now because I pretty much have said all I need to. So let's put him on the line and have him start talking. Hi.
Cindy, is that you?
Yes, it's me. I've been yapping away with my own little announcement. Yes, it's me.
Yeah, you were yapping. I was listening. You sound good. I like your voice. You sound like a real radio
Thank you.
hot shot. Look
like
at you.
A radio personality, a little different than the girl in person. So hi, welcome to my show. This is my show. This is my format. This is my
show.
Little. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's my show. So be nice to me.
How many?
It's been 5 minutes.
Why stop now? Why stop now? Let's not break tradition. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How many people do you think are actually listening now? This is probably the worst friggin' idea I've ever had. Like, let's do a show at midnight because.
No, okay.
Is people listening? Listening?
Oh, you're killing me. First of all, are you on social media right now? If you open up your Facebook, and first of all, if you take a look on the right-hand side where you see like there's 8,000 people that are listening, right? Or 8,000 people that are on social media.
Slow down,
now,
slow down.
People...
What am I, a computer genius? I don't. Let me find where my computer is first. Oh, okay. Let me try.
I'm so sorry. We have to wait for the technologically disadvanced. If you look to the right, see where it says your pages, and then it says.
This your? Wait a minute. Jesus Christ. Cindy, let's start from the beginning. What the hell am I looking at?
Okay,
let me turn off all the porn. I got to shut down. Let me shut down all the porn sites first of all. Okay.
He's admitting to watching porn, kids. I mean, don't listen to that. He's so inappropriate.
Right.
He's so inappropriate.
That's why we're doing a midnight show. This is why we're doing a.
Yes, that's right. So that the little kids aren't
watching. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what am I? All right.
You're looking on the right where all the little contacts are. See all those little lights? That means everyone's awake right now. And at least half of those people actually like you. So they're probably listening right now. But I did give them the number.
Okay.
I gave the number
Jimmy
to call.
Oh, look at this group conversation. Oh, my God. This social media thing's pretty cool. Look at this newfangled technology.
See? So we'll have all these people that are actually listening
happy to
and
be
hopefully calling. Thank you. I'm happy to have you.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
there's no call screener,
we're
is there? Uh-oh.
Not yet. It's only been 5 minutes. And what we'll do is we'll yap, and then once somebody calls in, we'll take a phone call from them, and then we'll continue yapping and that sort of good thing. How's that sound? Because I've started to drink wine, so it might get a little...
Did you really?
Weird as we go along. Well, I haven't drank all night. This is my first glass of wine, so give it a break. I sound normal, don't I? You've seen me drink.
So far. I'm waiting for the slurred speech, but that's it.
All right.
So listen,
let's start off
where are you?
You're in
where are you? Mich Bench? Where you do your show from?
I'm in
Mich
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay. What time is it? Like 4 in the, it's like 4 in the afternoon there, right? How far back you guys?
No, it's like 11 o'clock at night. We're like exactly 1 hour behind you. Just so you know, New York is ahead of me. I'm behind right now. See, so I always get screwed up when I go there.
All right, we'll catch up.
So,
we'll see if we can catch up.
I want to talk about
you got questions?
I want to talk about you because I know you're from Brooklyn, and obviously we all know that when I come to New York City, I stay in Brooklyn. So first of all, I want you to tell me what it's like growing up as a kid in Brooklyn, and then I want you to tell me where I should be checking out sites in Brooklyn, because when I go to Brooklyn, I get scared. So I go to Rachel's house, and then I go to the city. I don't go anywhere in between. I get afraid.
That's about it. I wouldn't suggest any more than that. Take a bus, look out the window. That's about the best of it. No.
Why?
Well, sort of. Well,
thank God.
Here's the thing. I'm like a born-bred New Yorker, right? And this is where I'll probably get some slack. So I live in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, which is actually a nice little neighborhood. Actually, I should say it's the crappiest neighborhood in the world, worst place, because I don't want any of the hipsters coming here. So I keep messing up and telling people it's a good place, and then I should move there. And I look at them and they're a douche. And I'm like, no, you know what? No, we have public hangings still. Stay home. But what was I going to say? Growing up in Brooklyn, let's see. Well, back in the 70s when I'm giving my age away, but who cares? A lot different than it is now. Obviously, a lot more dangerous, a lot more seedy, dirty. It was awesome. Sure. It was awesome. They effed it up. They cleaned it up, and now it's like, it's like white bread. But you know what it is about New York? This is the New York that all New Yorkers wanted growing up. And the sad part is, there's no more New Yorkers left. We've either been priced out or gentrified. The people who grew up in the rough neighborhoods and said, hey, man, God, I wish someone would clean up this neighborhood. It'd be a great place to live. Well, they did it, but they just didn't do it for the people that, originally lived there. So that's kind of like the sad, balance of it, where neighborhoods. I remember when Harlem started really picking up way back in the early friends. I'm also a professional musician, so what do these neighborhoods attract first? They attract the artists, like Dumbo did, like Williamsburg and Greenpoint did, and they were cool places originally because they still had a sort of personality and character and history. That's the one thing these neighborhoods had. They had lineage, because you wouldn't see people who've lived there from generations, and that's what really brought the charm to a neighborhood. But now we're losing that, unfortunately. The nouveaux come in, as I call them, and they're not committed. It's the difference between people who've lived there for generations. They put the stake down in the place, and they've handed off property to one to another, and when people moved in, they moved in there to live for a long time. Now you're seeing people move in for periods of time, and you're not going to have the same influence on a neighborhood if you're not planning on staying there. It's kind of like a drive-by, and you see it, and you see the results of it. There's no more mom and pop shops, as many as there used to be, so it's losing its charm, unfortunately. But it is cool still to an extent. So that's my take on it. The way I grew up, there was neighborhoods. There were time to settle into a neighborhood when you moved there, and you became part of the neighborhood. So that's kind of getting lost now, sadly. But
really...
we have we have fusion Korean food. That's great.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. I'll have to check that out. Never. I was just going to say, oh my God, who even eats that actually? Now, I'll give you guys I'll give you New Yorkers the flip side, because of course none of you bother to come and visit Cindy, of course. If you follow my Facebook page or my social media page, you see this. So, of course, if you come to my neck of the woods, so I'll tell you a little bit about Wisconsin for you folks that are listening in. So I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is about 90 miles away from the main state, which is either Green Bay or Madison. Madison is a very arts and cultural, oh my God, it's like a mini New York, if you will, really tiny size one, but very much like that. And on the flip side of the fence, Green Bay is just cheese and beer and Green Bay Packers, which I don't like, by the way, either. I live 20 minutes away from the airport, so I'm in the suburban area. So if you came to my house in the backyard, you'd look outside, and we have a fire pit in the backyard, and we have this nice little wooded area, and the river's right there. So when we have a party, we can go out and skinny dip or other things if we choose to do that. And then in front of my house is the size of a football field. So we could actually play an entire game of football, if you will. I have 3 bedrooms in this house, and I have windows. Literally, I have windows in every room. There has to be at least 12 or 15
You have windows. Oh, my God. You pay extra for those? Or
so like literally,
it's windows,
like there's like windows everywhere and there are no shade. So literally, if you were Michael Myers, you could be outside of my house day and night, literally stalking me, and I wouldn't even know it.
See, there's my point. There's my point. There's my point. Here's why I won't visit the friggin' suburbs or in these lovely little BS neighborhoods, because every friggin' horror movie starts with a neighborhood just like you described.
See,
right?
Now why did you have to
every horror
do that?
movie. No, because it's the truth. Name a horror movie that starts like in the middle of like all right, they had Jason in Times Square, but that movie sucks, so no one even paid attention.
Exactly. Yeah,
but
totally.
What you just described is how a horror movie begins. Like, oh, everything's perfect, Stepford Wives.
No.
Look at the beautiful life we have. Next thing you know, children are getting hacked. There's decapitations. No, I'm going to stay in a nice dirty city.
Oh my
Tell me
God,
it's wrong. Tell me I'm
dark
wrong.
right now. I'm in the middle of my living room, and all of these windows are staring right at me now, and you had to bring that up.
That's
and
right.
By the
and
way,
let me
what
tell
about
you something.
Jigsaw?
There's a
Jigsaw.
homicidal maniac right outside. Let me tell you something, not to scare you. At midnight, there's a homicidal maniac, probably do you have a tree line? If there's a tree line, you're dead.
No, I don't have a tree line. Not out back
here.
He's
already in the house.
I mean, I'm sure there's a cable
He's already
line.
in the house.
Stop it. Oh, my God.
Call the cops. He's already in the house.
So if
what was that
I'm
movie?
dead in an hour, call Jimmy. Say, where is she?
Don't call me.
You're on this show. And
I'm in New York. I'm in New York. Don't call me. Hey, listen.
Oh, my God. Thanks so much.
Well, no, not to scare you. Listen, I'm concerned. That's why, listen, you just described at the beginning of a horror movie. Listen, it's midnight, Well, it's 11 o'clock there.
No,
you got an hour to get out. That's right. So you got less than an hour to get out. Call the cops now. Oh, God. This is going to be like the most famous show ever because...
Well, because it'll be my last show?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks.
It's going to make...
Thanks a lot.
Radio show host killed. Host guest predicted it. They're going to probably think I'm like some Svengali.
Well,
don't ever call
actually,
Jimmy, because when you do...
Truth be told, honestly, I have said on more than one occasion, I scare myself. I'll sit here and I'll watch horror movies knowing full well that it's dark as shit out here and there could be people hiding out there. So I actually freak myself out all the time. But in all fairness, the movie Jigsaw doesn't have any of those freaks. I mean, it has that one freak, but notice that there's not like the darkness and the naked people and all the typical, right? I mean, you said name a horror movie.
Right, okay.
That's a horror movie that doesn't have all that creepiness, right? See, I was right. There actually is horror movies that don't revolve around shrubs and ugly.
Yeah, but a majority do. And I'm thinking what you just described is more like a cult-like movie with like Satan worshippers. So you probably won't die. You're just going to be tortured and possessed. So, look at the upside. You get to live.
Oh, my God. Are we having fun yet, kids? Yeah, that was great. All I did was ask about Brooklyn, and here we are. Yeah.
Here we are.
There's a difference between Wisconsin and
Sydney's getting murdered
That's
tonight.
number one.
What's that? What'd you say?
Thank you. Thanks so much. I'm going to die tonight, and I appreciate you letting the entire world know that, or 64,000 people in my world will appreciate
well, at least you got witnesses.
For bringing that dude.
Well, you got witnesses. Maybe someone will call the cops for you. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anyway, what were you asking me? Ask another question.
Right.
Let's see where this question goes. We went from Brooklyn, New York, to you getting murdered in a horror movie. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Next one. Okay, so since we're on New York, let's stay on New York a little bit because, like, right now in the state of Wisconsin, like yesterday, I'm not going to lie to you, it was 60 degrees and I was begging my Harley friends to come over because I'm ready for a motorcycle. So in the city here, like in Wisconsin, when it starts to get nice out, you've got the Harley riding going on. You've got the baseball season starting. We've got all these ethnic festivals that go on. Now are you guys, like, pretty much done with the snow and, like, the salt's all done? Because I know you ride a bike. So, obviously, is it conducive for you to get going on that? Or, like, do you have to wait, like, a month before the streets are cleaned up and all that jazz?
Today was a beautiful day. Yeah, New York is weird. Like, the weather here is, like, it's to the point where you can almost be like a conspiracy theorist and think like they control the weather, because 1 minute it's 20 below zero, people are tunneling to work, and the next day it's like 60 degrees. So I don't even know anymore. Yeah, today was a good day if I had my motorcycle. I have 3. One's my race bike that I actually take to the track and race because I'm like wicked awesome. Not really. That's like the coolest thing I do. Everything else is like, a failure. I have my street bike, which is like sort of a sport bike, and I have an old vintage sport bike. None of them are running right now. One's in the shop, one's something wrong with it, and the other one I can't ride on the street because so today I just watched people ride motorcycles and sat and sulked and cried and felt sorry for myself.
Me too. See, I felt bad.
But then I had
like, seriously, dude, come on.
Yeah, but then I had a donut and that was all good.
Oh my God!
I
had a donut.
I eat my pain. Oh my God. It's the way to go.
See,
totally eat
it's funny
pain.
you should say that, because I just went to the doctor today, so I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm like so bummed about it that I want to talk about it. So so let's talk about the weight thing. So obviously most people know that I've had some serious issues, of course, and you're obviously not out of the loop on that. So I had this partial stroke, and I've been under this cure all this time. So I see my regular doctor today, and I said to him, hey, I'm having these symptoms and this is going on. I'm going to tell you right now, this pisses me off, the difference between men and women. Because first of all, when we put a little weight on, it could be 57 things. Like, for instance, it could be hormones. It could be a thyroid. It could be diabetes. It could be like 100 different things. You guys gain weight. It's either that you just eat too much, or you sleep too much, or you're just damn lazy and you don't exercise. But with us, it's 100 million things. Why the hell is that?
Right.
I want to know. I want to know why we're the ones with all the problems.
That's a good question. I'm here. I'm the
That's
doctor.
A loaded question.
I have a doctorate in bullshitology, so I'm gonna totally answer this question. Simply put, guys don't have the intelligence and the intellect to have that many problems. We are either like primal on or primal off. Like, we either do shit and we get shit done and we lose weight because we're doing stuff, or we sit like we do what I do.
Right.
I sit on the couch, watch social media, Netflix myself to death. Once in a while I get an acting gig. Once in a while I leave the house, and that's about it. And then I wait to die. Now, women, on the other hand, they're like thinkers, right? They're like these brilliant little creatures, and they're constantly thinking and constantly worrying and constantly figuring shit out and constantly doing this, that, and it's just, it just attracts so much, I don't know what intellect. I'm trying to be, what am I saying here?
Nice.
I have no idea. I'm trying to be complimentary to women here. That the reason you have problems is because you're so smart. Yeah, I'm failing.
Well, I don't really know I don't really get the correlation between intelligence and weight gain, but I'll take it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, it wasn't rude, so I'm going to take that.
No, because you guys figure out all these problems I have. Is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you guys, like, men have the same amount of problems. We're just too stupid to know we have them. Like, what's behind sitting on your couch and eating yourself to death is probably a whole plethora of psychological BS. But we don't take the time to figure it out. Women figure, oh, my God, I'm all this, that, and the other thing. These are all my problems. Guys just go, oh, I'm lazy as fuck. I'll sit home. Let me just, eat myself to death. So that's really you're just aware of them. Radio? Women are self-aware. What you saying?
You just said the F word. You just said the F word on radio.
Hey, listen, I'm from Brooklyn. Okay. If one F word is about, like, you know what that's like for me? That's like, a 300-pound guy eating, like, a celery stick, okay? Speaking of weight, it's like that's a rarity. To get only one F out of me is like, you bet. Like, seriously, come on. Have you met me? You did.
I mean, look
at the word I'm trying to teach you to say. I'm trying to teach you to say mother effer.
Yeah,
I know.
And I've been so good. I'm like, ladies, you need to let Jimmy know that ladies do not say the MF word because it's very inappropriate.
Well, you know
not
we
very
should do a poll.
ladylike.
No, I disagree. A true lady. And I'm talking like a debutante. I'm talking like royalty. In public, I'm sure they're very, quaint and lovely. But when you get them behind closed doors, mother effer this, I bet you the Queen Mother, when she says to Charles, you mother effing little, I'm telling you, they use it. I'm telling you. We have a poll. Have women call in and say, do you say the MF word? Do you use the MF word?
Okay.
Remember when we sat with Rachel in the apartment and you brought it up as if she would never say it, and the first words out of her mouth were mother effer? Thank you, Rachel, if you're listening. I hope she's listening. Rachel's awesome.
Ouch. I hope she's listening, too, because she's a late-night owl, actually. That's one of the reasons I want to do a late-night show. Like I said, this is what I do. I sit here and I can't sleep. It drives me nuts. So I'm like, well, why shouldn't we do a show, right? And we get along
and I'm loving this. I'm honored. I got to say, I'm honored. I'm honored. I dressed up for the occasion. Yeah, I'm in a tuxedo with nice shoes.
What are you wearing right now?
No. A clown suit, cowboy hat, and roller skates.
Oh my God, is that like the dude in New York? You know the guy that does with the he has like this spandex little thing on. He wears this little underwear, and he's a cowboy, and he plays the guitar.
Are you talking about the naked cowboy?
Like almost naked.
The naked cowboy.
Yes.
Naked
yes,
cowboy. Yeah, that's what we call him. Naked cowboy. Yeah, that's not me.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no, I won't be doing that.
Just checking.
I don't do that.
I dressed up for the occasion. I have on my very comfortable yoga pants and my
You wearing yoga pants? So am I.
And Superman jacket, a Superman shirt actually. It's got the little Superman emblem on it because I am trying to be Superwoman. And I've got these cutesy little comfy pants on. I took a shower and I got all dressed up just for this. Smell good and everything. Got the white diamonds on. Big deal. It's almost like going to the
diamonds on.
Kind of very
God.
small. White diamonds. You know the perfume? Oh Lord, help you.
No.
Yeah.
No. Why would I know white diamond perfume? You're lucky I know deodorant.
You wear cologne?
No, I wear body axe spray. That's my secret. Women are like, you smell so good. I'm like,
the axe stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
What's with that?
It's good. It's like
that's like the cheater's way to cologne, isn't it?
That's
right?
okay. That's fine. I take the easy way out. Listen, there's no complexity to me. I take the easy way out every time. $9, body spray, done. And guess what? That's the most metrosexual you're ever going to get out of me. That's about it. Maybe a little hair gel. That's about it.
Oh, my God. Listen to this. No, I have to mention this because to my right, because you folks can't see this, because I did find out, by the way, Jimmy, if we ever do this again, you could do this live. Do you know that they could actually watch us do this in video? I was unaware of that. We could do that.
Oh, my God.
The reason I bring it up is
I'll opt out.
Yeah. To the right of me.
I can't do this in my underwear. Go ahead, and you're right.
Oh, my God. To the right of me is my beautiful cat, Gem, and I just happened to notice that you posted a cat photo the other day, and my little Gem is sitting on my pillow to the right of me. She's so quiet right now. She's comfy. To talk about your cat, let's talk about the cat.
What color is she? What kind of cat?
She's like brown and black, almost like I'll send you a picture. Well, obviously, most folks know off of my social media, but she's like brown and black mixture. She's almost 4 years old, and she's so skittish. Like, she's been here almost 4 years, and you would think by now she'd be used to my kids and she'd be used to me. But, you know, you walk in the room and you're not quiet enough, bam, right up the stairs. She, like, chases things that aren't here, and she left the house, and she went out catting for 2 days. She wasn't even home. I thought she was gone for good. I was, like, crying. I'm like, literally, dude? And then she shows up.
That cat hates you.
I'm like, how the hell did you find your way home? Right?
Well, listen, I hate to break it to you. I think that cat hates you. I'm just saying. 12 years and there's no commitment. I think it's time to let him go.
Let's see.
I think it's,
I'm going to die because the serial killer is going to kill me, and now my cat hates me. Any other good news you have for me tonight, Jim? James, whatever you want me to call you.
I don't know yet. We'll figure that. I'm still working on that part.
What do you mean my cat hates me? It's an animal.
There 12 years. The cat's 12 years in, and she's not, like, giving you any love? Come on. Take a hint. Now, the cat's probably effed up in the head, honestly. It's a tortoiseshell cat, by the way.
Oh, my God. Stop being mean to my cat. You've never even seen the cat.
Screw that cat. That cat's giving you no love. Hey, listen, I'm on your side. I'm saying F that cat because that cat gives you no love. If I was with something for 12 years and it didn't love me.
Right now. She's sitting right here next to me.
She's lazy.
Very quiet,
I might add. Okay, well, that's sweet. I love cats.
See? I know when I saw your picture, so tell everybody about your cat because they don't know what your cat looks like because they may not see you on Instagram and or Facebook. Right?
Sad part, it's not my cat. Okay. I actually cat sit for a friend. My last cat passed away about maybe 5 years ago or so. Mm-hmm. And I've been like I get up and go a lot and travel. I got, it gets a little stressful when you got to find a cat sitter and all this crap. So I figured, I'm just not gonna have an animal for a while. So every now and then people say, hey, can you watch my cat? They'll throw me a little money, and it's fun. So it's like no real commitment. I get to play with the cat for a night or two or a week or whatever, and then I give it back. And that's the extent. That's how sad and boring my life has become. I'm a friggin' cat sitter. Listen to that. I'm a grown-ass man, and I cat sit. How sad is that crap?
Well,
I'm just begging for sympathy right now. But anyway. So what else are we talking about? We got New York City. We got you getting killed by a serial killer. What else? We got your cat that wants to. I think your cat's in on it with a serial killer. I think your cat's in on it with a serial killer outside.
If you guys actually knew about his life,
12 years is a long time not to be loved. 12 years is a long time. What?
Are you going to remind me of how, after all this time, absolutely no one likes me. I'm going to die at the hands of a strange
with the boo-hoos.
psychotic killer. And Now the cat doesn't
take the
like
couch,
me,
lady.
and
Dr. Freud's in. Oh my God, boo-hoo! I got 400,000 listeners on my radio show. Oh, stop with the boo-hoos already. Hold on, let me get my violin.
You know, I am having a little trouble finding a non-union actor. What the hell is up with that? You live in the biggest city for arts and theater and stage and TV and film, and I can't find one damn non-union actor. What is up with you people? I don't understand.
I think it's a cat.
I don't get it.
I think the cat put the word out. You better watch that cat.
Now,
I think that cat really has it.
You know, because the cat talks
No, you know what
right
it is?
now.
Where are you looking?
Out.
Hold on a second. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out because I'm a genius at this stuff. I have no idea what I'm talking about, to be honest. Did you go on Actors Access? Did you use that yet? Like put out a big fancy
I went to the Actors
ad
Lounge, and I went to fellow actors, and I said, hey, could you search around and try to find someone for me? Because they have to be a particular age, like they have to be between 45 and 55. Right. I don't want anybody that's bigger than like 6 foot something because I'm small. You have to do scenes with me, and I'm like, hello, 5'5". You've met me, right? So I'm like a little munchkin.
Yeah, I saw you.
And they have to be able to get along with me and be nice to me for at least 24 hours, which would be kind of a bonus.
Well, that rules me out. That rules me out.
On top of which, here's a shock, folks. You're going to have to pretend to propose to me. Then you have to marry me all on camera. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, wow.
I know what a pain it might be to actually have to do that with me in, like a
and the honeymoon?
Dress and all this stuff. Well,
no. What about the honeymoon?
That's not part of the movie. No. No, we're not. No.
Hey, listen.
No.
Come on. Listen, proposal. It's a look. You got to do things in threes. Listen to me. I'm like Steven Spielberg. Listen, I was taught directing by Steven Spielberg specifically. I'm lying, of course.
Really?
You got to do things in threes. So therefore, you got to have the engagement, the marriage, and then the honeymoon. Now, if you really want to give a bonus, you give them the divorce too.
Funny, because I didn't write in a honeymoon and a divorce. That's not part of this. It's not part of my.
All right, if you got a budget, if you're working with a budget, you do the honeymoon and the divorce in the same night.
Well, in Indy, there is no budget. Remember, we're broke all the time. Broke
Who you
all the
tell?
time. That's the mentality. We have no money. No money.
Watch out.
Money.
Here comes a segue. Here comes a segue. Who you telling?
Yeah.
I just did my own film, and I know about being impoverished by a dream. So, and I did. You know, you should do a GoFundMe. Why don't you do a little GoFundMe? You got to find out who your real friends are.
I'm doing a GoFundMe. It's literally called product placement. It's literally called, remember when you owed me a favor? It's literally called part of my taxes. It's literally called let's sell some crap. Let's have an event. Let's give away our kids. Oh wait, no, we don't give the kids away, right? No giving kids away.
No, you sell them. You don't give them away. You friggin' sell them.
Did you just infer that I should sell my children for a movie?
Well, do you like them?
I like
Do you like them? I mean,
and they're cute. They're
really
cute.
Then you rent them. Then you rent them.
And they're boys. They're boys. What do you mean you can't rent children? Well, I mean, you can't for acting, but I mean, not like you can't rent them. What am I going to rent them out for?
I don't know. Can they clean? What do they do? They just sit around and do nothing? I told you, we're guys. We don't do crap. We sit around, eat stuff, and flatulate. That's
Listen
it.
to this.
Oh, you should have.
So yeah,
so
I need if any of you dudes that are listening out there are non-union dudes and are listening, I still need a lead, and it's a little frustrating because we're getting close to filming. I'm getting desperate to the point where I'm asking people in Wisconsin to go to New York. How pathetic is that? I got to say that's not very promising either. Yeah, I might have to auction
I understand your frustration. Believe me.
I know
your frustration.
Right? It's frustrating when you're trying.
Well, that's the thing about movies and casting.
Yeah.
That's the thing about casting. People think that. And I've only done casting a couple of times, like in plays or for my film a little bit. And I was very fortunate to know the actors I wanted to work with and just offer them the role. But people think that there are actors banging down the door, but half of them are flakes, half of them, the other half are great, and you want them. And there's a lot of but you'd be surprised how many people don't make themselves available. It's really kind of strange.
Surprising.
But I've been in the position as an actor where. Like recently, I might have an audition if I choose to do it. But then I got the script, and I'm sure your script is great. But I got the script, I read it, I was like, oh crap, I don't want to do this. And now I'm going to decide whether I do the audition coming Sunday. And it goes both ways. Just because we're actors and we want to work doesn't necessarily mean we want to do everything that's thrown our way. Especially when you start getting some experience and. You start getting a little bit of a flavor for what you really want to do, and you have to think about your career too. Like, is this going to help my career? Is this worth it?
Sure.
And there's been times, I personally have turned things down. So, and so it's hard to find people sometimes, even in New York City. You know, it goes both
Well,
ways.
I'll tell you, I'm frustrated. I am frustrated, but
Yeah.
I'll find somebody. I mean, I'm like, it was really the people that listen to my show and the people that follow me that are like, oh my God, you're doing a movie, you have to be in it. And I'm like, no, I don't. And they're like, yes, you do. And then finally they convinced me. And so I was like, well, what scene would I want to be in? What girl doesn't want to wear a designer dress? And what girl doesn't want a cute guy to kiss her? Hello. So it's kind of like a foregone conclusion. Although maybe I should switch to the scene where the girl gets her tattoo. Just saying.
Right, and there's also a little thing called acting. You might have to actually do some acting in it. You don't just get to wear dresses. Are you ready to act? Are you ready to act? I mean, are you like, do you know your lines? Do you know your lines? Do you know your intention?
I wrote the movie, so I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so you know some of the lines.
I wrote the whole thing. Yeah. And I know how to wear a pretty dress. I've been married, so that's well,
me
important.
too. I mean,
Jimmy, if you've worn a dress, we have a problem because, like, you have to come out like on the show. Like, you have to come out right now because it'll be like breaking news. Dun 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 dun. Except we don't have a dress.
You know what? I don't have the legs. I just don't have the legs for a proper dress. I just don't.
Well, we don't know. I mean, maybe you could try.
No, there's just things
maybe?
you know.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, I don't have the legs. I wish I had the legs for it, but I just don't have the legs for a good dress.
Yeah.
There's muscles as well as there's a muscle here and there. Maybe not in the right place, but there's muscles somewhere in my body. And
right.
So what else are we talking about?
In your head. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, there's that muscle.
Well, since I brought up the tattoo thing, we should talk about the tattoo thing because of the fact that my sister in Las Vegas is like, you should come here because my best friend and I, Sherry, I love you and I miss you, by the way. Sherry's still in Mississippi with her family. Her and I are going to take a little girls trip to visit my sister in Las Vegas. And so I said, why don't we all get a tattoo together? Because my best friend has tattoos, Di has tattoos. So I'm trying to man up or woman up in this case, but I'm petrified of needles. And I know that you got a tattoo, so I know you're going to give me this great pep talk, and you're going to tell me it doesn't hurt. I can get drunk, right? And it won't hurt even more.
Yeah, get drunk. Listen, let me help you out with this. Again, the doctor's in, ready? I'm going to help you out big time. And listen, you take my advice because it comes from, seriously, it comes from the heart. Like, I would never in a million years ever steer you wrong, okay? So here's what you do.
Okay.
You get good and drunk. I mean, I'm talking like piss-pant drunk, okay? Make sure you pass out, and before you go out, just tell them, I want a battleship on my chest.
You're so full of crap.
Listen. This advice is coming from a really heartful, soulful place. All right? So don't really, it hurts. It hurts when you say things like that to me, to my little soul. Seriously, listen, if you want to, you're going to be like a pioneer, man. Like, what woman has a battleship on her chest? Go for it. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You know?
No. Definitely no.
The SS,
no.
And you just call it the SS Tititana. That's what I'm saying.
First of all, you know how many women in New York have said don't even get a tattoo because it's red carpet taboo. Like, don't get it. I've been told this literally, like, you don't want to wear that on the red carpet. I'm like, yes, I do. But more importantly, there's significance. So I've been trying to figure out what part of the body it hurts less. Seriously, because somebody's like, well, don't put it here because it'll hurt more. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, it's going to hurt, right?
I know this for fact. Well, I only have one tattoo because I cried like a bitch. I'm only kidding. I didn't. He goes, you know what? I agree with you. Tattoos, for me, like, they have to be super cool and really mean something because, you're going to live with it for the rest of your life. Now, I've seen people with tattoos that look like, someone hit them in the head and they just, like, kidnapped them and put a bunch of crazy tattoos on them. Because I'm like, why would you ever get that? And there's those type of tattoos as well. So you got to find something that really means something to you. I only have one. I have it on my shoulder, on my right shoulder. And it's a softer skin. It didn't hurt that much to me. It was just kind of like, imagine just someone scratching at your skin for a bunch. I've heard when you do it where the bone is, it hurts like crazy. So, think about that. Now, take my advice. If you're worried about the red carpet, just get a battleship on your chest. What's the big deal? You're going to wear a nice dress. You won't show the chest. You wear a nice, what do they call those, cross top? I don't know. I don't know nothing about fashion, apparently. And just go for it.
Apparently we should talk about that. Because I was just going to ask you, like, once we get done with the tattoos, I know you're going to want to talk about all the fashion and what you think the girls are going to be wearing on the red carpet this year. Because I know that you're all about that, right? Like, you totally know who wears what. Like, who's going to be wearing Versace and who's going to be wearing some Dolce & Gabbana, right? I mean, you're all over that.
Who's going to be wearing J. Crew, right? Who's going to be wearing Nike?
Clue what the hell that is.
You see that? Those are the only two things I know about fashion.
To the Oscars.
J. Crew, Levi, Nike, Adidas. There's everything I know about fashion right there in a nutshell.
My God.
Maybe Carhartt.
Isn't that like
Carhartt.
the actor's dream is the Oscar? And shouldn't you know more about the Oscars than that? I'm guessing.
You know, honestly, I'm not a big Oscar awards watching guy. I mean, they're cool, and I loved them when I was younger. And you know, obviously, if someday, God willing, I'm like up for an Oscar. I mean, I'm like happy to be up for like a Frank or a Joey at this point. You know, I'm not even worried about Oscars right now. But
gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I love the tradition of it, and you know, I love the golden age of Hollywood. That's just, it's very, you know, it inspires me. But I feel like the Oscars these days have just, it's like everything else, you just kind of feel that corporateness to it. So
I agree.
It's
political
kind
of,
stuff. Yeah, and now with all these, like, you know, one jerk off after another coming out, like,
I know.
You know, and listen, there was no secret in Hollywood. I mean, the word casting couch, you know, was created for a reason. And poor, what's his name? Well, Corey Haim, but Corey Feldman, this kid's been, like, you know, screaming for years, waving the red flag, saying, hey, you know, they're doing effed up stuff to us. And what did it take? Like, you know, I don't know why it's finally, like, breaking now. Maybe just things get to a boiling point and it can't not be heard anymore. And, you know, there's a part of, like, the maleness, the male ape gorilla guy that, like, yeah, you know, you see a hot actress and you know, I guess, like, the Harvey Weinstein is his name, this prick.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein.
But you know what, man? Like, if I as a guy, you know, we could all get, like, we could all be pretend and locker room perverted. But in real life, number one, I could never, in my own mind, like, go to a woman legitimately and be like, hey, you have to sleep with me for a role. Like, that's just, I can't fathom that kind of, because it's like, I can't take someone's will that way.
I know.
And moreover, look, I've had girlfriends that are actresses. I've had friends who are, like, you know, family to me who are actresses, and like younger girls I know that are friends, and like to know that had to happen. I mean, it really makes me angry, you know. And I love what Paul Sorvino said about his daughter Mira, because apparently, like, she thinks that her career might have been slowed down because of that. And Paul Sorvino, God bless him, man, he went full East Coast daddy mob guy. Says, if I get my hands on this dude, if that's the truth, and I you know what, I respect that.
I do too.
Because, you know, what stops a creep, you know, is something to actually fear. You know, these people, there's so much power there. But anyway, I digress as usual. Award shows are cool and all. I get. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I got like my own little ADD. I get ADD. I have a little ADD going on.
This is exactly why he works so well on my show. I'm more like the centered one, and he's more like the I'm going to go off and left base here. We're talking about the Oscars, you know, the biggest event of the year in terms of your industry and mine, the big enchilada, the big one, the huge event.
Right.
The one I want to, like, I've waited my whole life to win, and again, I'm not going to win this year for screenplay or writing because, well, I'm not good enough apparently. And I also didn't submit this year, so I guess that's that. But Jimmy has a movie. That's probably the big
one. I'm going to go with that.
Called The Prime.
I do have a movie.
And he might win an Oscar this year. Are we up for an Oscar this year?
Oh, I'm up for like 5. I'm up for like 5.
Really?
And a Tony.
What are you nominated?
No. Let's see.
See, I got excited.
I'm nominated
for like
in
5 seconds there.
Well, let's pretend. That'd be fun. Let's pretend. Let's do that.
All right.
Pretend. So I'm up for best screenplay. I'm up for best. Jesse's up for best director. I'm up for best actor. Kay's up for best supporting. Let's see who else we got. Best cinematography. My boy Toru is up for best cinematography.
How about
you know what?
music?
I don't like. But you know what? Be honest with you. It's just enough to be nominated. It's just enough to be nominated. If you don't win, it's okay.
Considering there's a lot of tough competition out there, isn't it? Huge amounts of competition.
Yeah, there's tons, and I'm just happy to be nominated, and you know, and I don't know what, you know, I'm not even going to go. I'm not going to the Oscars this year. I just can't. It's just. But
you'll be depriving them.
I don't know.
But the audience.
I know, but
and
you know
the people there will be deprived by you not appearing.
But
I mean, you have to appear.
Cindy, at some point, it's true. But at some point, you just got to say enough, right? Enough of the celebrity, enough of the paparazzi, you know, enough of the
following you everywhere. Right.
You know, exactly. You know, I mean, I have to live on a plane. Do you understand that? I live on a private jet that flies around the world.
You're jumping in and
24/7.
out. You're living in hotels.
You know,
It's crazy. You got women
I know.
all
I
over
can't
you.
do this anymore.
People following you,
anymore.
stalking. Crazy.
I understand. See, you understand me. You understand me.
That's
why if I go to the Oscars, it's a whole big thing. You know, it takes away from all the other celebrities. Oh, Jimmy's here. You know, Prav's here. Oh my God. Oh, blah 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 blah. What's he wearing? What's he gonna say? He's so.
Right.
I mean, come on.
It'll take the attention away from like a Tom Hanks or Gary Oldman.
Exactly.
What I hear.
And me and Tom. Listen, Tom's awesome. Tom was here the other night. We're hanging out. And Tom's like, you going to the Oscars? And I was like, yeah, I was thinking of going. He had this look on his face. You should have seen poor Tom Hanks. He had this look on his face like, oh, like, damn, I thought I'd be something big this year. Because he's in that movie with, what's her face there? The blonde who cries a lot.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep, yeah.
Meryl Streep, yeah.
And,
The Post.
Yeah,
the
you know,
and
he worked so hard on that movie. He worked so hard on that movie. We worked it together. He actually came to me for some coaching. I like to help out my fellow actors. Oh no, yeah, me and Tom.
Right, because you worked with Steven Spielberg. Remember? Because you taught. You remember? He educated you. Steven Spielberg. You learned under him, and here he is with the Post now.
Right. Well, Stevie, as I like to call him. You know, we talk directing every now and then. And he's like, Jimmy, Jimmy. You're depriving the world of your directorial debut, your vision. I said, Steve, you know, you got to do things in. You got to do things in levels. I think, Stevie, you know, you ate the whole enchilada once. I like to like give it out a little bit at a time. So, and then again, Tom was sitting here. He looked really, you know, somber and sad. I said, what's the matter, Tom? And Tom's like, well, you know, Jimmy, if you go to the Oscars, it's going to be all about you again. And you know, who's going to pay attention to me? And you know what? That hit home. That hit home.
I get it.
That really hit home.
Did you get a chance to have a little one-on-one with Denzel? Because, you know, Denzel's nominated this year.
We don't talk. We don't talk. I'm sorry. Me and Denzel don't talk.
Denzel's the man. Like, he's the guy.
Well,
he's the man.
You know what? When somebody comes to your house, gets pissed drunk, and can't tell the difference between a toilet bowl and your vegetable crisper, okay?
See,
that's all I'm going to leave it at that. You can't tell the difference between a toilet bowl and a...
You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, Den, what's up, man? He's all drunk. Whatever. Yeah, the man pissed in my refrigerator, in short. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Den, what the hell are you doing? He's like, F you. What do you think you are? Oh, you think you became a big hotshot all of a sudden because you're like this actor that came out of nowhere? I was like, bro, we're both from Brooklyn. Relax. And then we had words. You know, we might have hit each other. So, you know, we got stuff to work out. So, you know, I love Den. I love him. Denzi and me are good boys, man.
Does that mean that you're like BFFs with the whole Daniel Day-Lewis guy? Because, you know, he was in New York not so long ago snubbing, like, everyone from reporters to ongoers to fans. Yeah,
who is this?
A lot of good press on that guy. Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, the Phantom Thread big star, the last movie he's ever doing. Well, Daniel Day.
No, listen. You know, Dee and me go way back.
Dee.
You understand? Dee and I go way back. I was in Ireland on a CIA mission. And it's before I graced the stage with acting. And we needed someone to come in and play a role, like, you know, do like some real deep. And he came in. I said, we need the best actor in Ireland. And they said, there's this guy, Daniel Day. And I said, what, Daniel Day? That's his last name? Well, his last real name is Daniel Day-Lewis. And I was like, what kind of putz has three names for one? I mean, that's so whatever. So I just call him Dee. And, you know, we had to go in and do some. I can't really talk about it because it's really high-level class CIA business you can't talk about. So, but, you know, we had Dee come in, help us out a little bit, and from there, we rewarded him with a career. So me and Dee go way back. And listen, if he's being a douche, you know, he's got problems. The guy's got problems, you know. I mean, he's up there, and the man has problems. I feel bad for him. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. We haven't talked to him, but, you know, maybe I should reach out to him. I'm going to give Dee a call and see what's up. Maybe
now that he's made me so envious that he knows all these Hollywood people, so I guess I have to ask the real question here. So, Jimmy, I got to say, out of all the nominees that are listed, how many of these films have you actually seen this year? Because I've seen a few.
I've seen a few. I have seen a few.
Honestly,
now, I didn't get my screeners. I'm SAG, by the way.
Right.
I'm also SAGing. Right. So I haven't got my screeners. I got to call SAG. And yeah, no, that's the limit of my humor right there. So I went to go see some of them in the movie.
Okay.
I went to go see Shape of Water.
Okay.
And now, I don't know. I think they made more of it than it is. I think it's a wonderful movie. It's very.
Really?
I love the imagination to it. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful movie. But
Okay.
how they hype these things, they would do better if they didn't hype them as much.
No, I agree.
And
I agree with
oversell
you
them.
there.
Because number one of my favorite actors of all in the world is in that movie, and that's Michael Shannon. And I'm being serious.
Yeah.
He is one of my,
because 100%.
I've seen him on stage. He's like the career I would model after, because like he lives in Red Hook. I don't want people like stalking the dude now, but he'll walk by like a normal guy. He's not like Mr. Hollywood, and he's like the type of dude that he's an actor's actor. Like I look to this dude for like inspiration, and I've met him. He was a cool guy, and he was doing Our Town. And he was just hanging out in front right before the show, and I went up to him, talked to him. He was kind of weird, but he was really cool at the same time, because I'm bothering the guy before or something. I'm like, hey, you're Michael Shannon. He's like, yeah, Michael Shannon, yeah. Like the most awkward conversation I've ever had with a human being. I was like, well, I think you're great, man. Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Alex, I'm like pulling questions out of the dude. Trying to have like,
well.
I just don't think he didn't like me. I think he just said, who's this dick? And then he just like,
why would anyone think like that, Jimmy? Why would anyone?
Well, he probably talked to
like
Stevie and Dee Dee and Tom. I think Tom Hanks put the bad word in, because he's very jealous. He's a very jealous man, this Tom Hanks, I tell you.
No, I have to ask you in all seriousness.
Anyway.
My kids brought this up because they wanted to see it. I have not seen The Shape of Water, but everybody keeps saying you should see it. So is it at least worth going to the theater, watching the whole thing? I mean, I don't even know what it's about, really. I won't lie.
Let me tell you something. To gas the movie a little bit, I think that's the way to see this movie, in the theater. I was in San Diego over the holidays, and I went and saw it. And, one of these big fancy theaters with the chairs laid back, and, geisha girls come out and give you a pedicure and all this stuff. So it was like, it's the way to see that movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way to see that movie, is on a big screen, lots of popcorn, 55 ounces of Coca-Cola, that kind of thing. But, I had fun. I had fun watching it. It was entertaining, definitely entertaining. What are some of the other nominees? Name them. I'll see if I saw it.
Well, let's see. Did you watch the Three Billboards movie? There's a lot of hype about that one. A lot of racism going on, a lot of complaints.
Who's in that movie? Is that William Dafoe? Or is
William Dafoe? No, that's Sam Rockwell. That's Frances McDormand.
I want to see that. I do want to see. I love Sam Rockwell. But
there's a lot of screaming about racism and about all sorts of discrimination, et cetera, and particular typecasting. So careful when you watch that.
Oh, so they're crying about how they cast the movie in racism, or they're crying that there's
they're
racism
saying that the
in
message,
the subject?
the message, right, the racism involved with the message behind the movie, et cetera. I'm not a huge Frances McDormand fan, I won't lie to you, but I'm relatively intrigued.
Oh, really?
Did you see
I like her.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's a little odd. She's a little out
Well,
there.
that's her thing.
A little different.
That's her thing.
I know it's her thing.
That's her thing.
She's a little different. So I'm like, okay, so I have not seen that. I saw the Post, which is because I'm a journalist, so of course who doesn't see the Post? But I won't lie to you.
Me?
Stevie did good, but he could have done a little better. I won't lie. It's not going to win. I mean, I know it's not going to win.
Oh, interesting.
It's good. It's good, but it's not out of the ballpark. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the actors did. I mean, Meryl did wonderfully, and it's not that Tom Hanks didn't. It just could have been a step up. You know what I mean? From the hype to where it really was. I'm like, okay, it's great. It's great, but it's not a winner. It's not going to win. I think Darkest Hour, and I haven't seen that. Well, right.
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
I think
that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point about the Oscars. Look what happened last year. That was just ridiculous.
Oh my God, yeah.
They messed up that is you know what that is to me? When I was a kid, I was somewhat into baseball, but then when they had this big baseball strike many years ago and they shut down and it was all about a bunch of political and money stuff, I was just like, you know what?
Oh, sure.
That's baseball. So when I saw what happened last year at the Oscars, I was like, how do you do that? How do you?
Oh, I know.
Because imagine the people that thought that's horrible. It's like, imagine the people who just thought they just won an Oscar. They're on stage holding the friggin' Oscar, and someone goes, oh, my bad. So I was on Instagram, and I wasn't paying attention, and oopsies. That is so indicative of our world right now. That can happen at the Oscars? Are you effing kidding me? Come on.
I know, right?
Come on.
Kind
Which
of
is why I'm not going this year.
least.
That's why I'm not going this year.
Now, it's interesting. And folks, just so you know, on a very serious note, let's all cross our fingers, because there is a possibility that I will be going to a gala in Los Angeles relative to the Oscars. That would be kind of exciting. And then I have to figure out who to go with, because then I'm like, should I take a friend with me? And then who do you ask to go to that with? Like, who do you ask?
You ask
who
me.
do you say? You wouldn't want to go to
help you
LA,
out
would
with
you?
that. I've been to LA. Yeah, I've been to LA.
Yeah, but why would you want to go
good.
there? LA is not Vegas. I'd rather go to Vegas, but it's in LA.
I was in Vegas for the
Oscars
first time in my life. Wait, the Oscars are in LA, right? They're in LA.
Yeah,
They're not in Vegas.
Jimmy, they're in LA. Yeah.
Hollywood. I'll be a bodyguard.
Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, you could be my
Hollywood.
Hollywood. How do you spell it?
Hollywood. Holly, like tree holly.
Hollywood what?
Wood.
What would
like Ed Wood, like Ed Wood.
Yeah, but hold on. I'm curious what
put it together. Hollywood,
like
the big Hollywood sign.
I know.
The Hollywood sign.
I know.
Where all the actors
You're
are.
Yourself now. This is what crazy people
like
do.
the really big actors, like Hollywood actors. Get it? Hollywood actors. Yeah.
Like Shaq.
Yeah.
Okay, this is failing miserably right now. Let's move the topic along.
Moving right along.
Okay,
so the other Oscar contenders is, I want to talk about this a little bit because a lot of people have been talking about going to see I, Tonya. Have you seen I, Tonya? Do you want to see I, Tonya?
I do want to see
Any intrigue on your end?
You
do. See, I kind of do too.
Yes,
Why do you want to see
it? I do because I love watching, ice skaters get hit with stuff. That's kind of fun. No. What's her name plays the lead?
Violent.
And she looks that was very violent.
Margot Robbie.
We just took a real
Margot Robbie's a great actress.
Yes,
she's really
and
blooming.
she's. You know what?
I won't lie.
And I love to see an actor like that who's been doing it for years, always does great work. Even if she's not in a good movie, she's still like great in it. And I love to see an actor like that finally get their due. Do you know what I mean? Like finally, like man, bang, she's in like an Oscar-winning role, and she's up for something. Like even if she doesn't win, it's like you know what, you deserve to be there. And that's always nice. That's always nice to see.
Well, considering she played Harley Quinn, which probably won't get her an Oscar. But I, Tonya could. Because, yes, Margot Robbie is up for an Oscar this year. Along with Frances McDermott, which we talked about. But go ahead.
Right. No, I'm not talking about Margot Robbie. I'm talking about the woman who plays Tanya's mom. What's her name?
Oh, you're talking about, crap. I know her name. Help me out here. What is her name? Oh, my God. She just won a Golden Globe.
Right.
No, she did. I know who it is. Oh, my God. What is her name? Allison Janney. That's it. Allison Janney.
That's it.
She plays her mom.
But you see my point?
She's amazing.
See, that's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
No, I agree.
She's a great actress.
100%.
You can barely remember her name, and I'm so glad she's in a movie that hit it that big. And, like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, she's been...
No, I agree.
I just totally
She's awesome.
myself.
Absolutely fabulous. And you know what? Since we were talking about Shape of Water, what about Richard Jenkins? Do you think he's favored... I heard he's favored to win for supporting actor, but he's got some competition with Sam Rockwell and William Dafoe, of course, who's up for the Florida Project. Have you seen...
the Florida Project I want to see, too. And I love William Dafoe.
I do, too. And he's from Wisconsin.
He's such a wonderful actor.
Yeah, that's right. He was born in
really?
Wisconsin. Bam. Yes, he was. Appleton.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Just like Bradley Whitfield. Remember him from that White House show? He was from Wisconsin, too. A lot of great people from Wisconsin. Paul Newman. Thank you.
Paul Newman. Oh, my God.
That's right. All the cool people are from Wisconsin. Isn't that right?
All of them?
I'm going to wait to see if he's
Wisconsin?
actually going to be nice. I'm just waiting. Is he going to be nice
for 5 seconds?
Are you waiting to see if you're... Yes, you!
Are you fishing?
No, I'm talking to myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, look at the Gordon's fisherman over here. Okay, look, I'm fishing for a compliment. Yes, Cindy, you are so nice. You are like butterflies and buttercups. Yes,
oh
you're
my
like
God, I'm going to throw
the beautifulest, like, cut lawn. Oh,
That's not even a word.
Anyway.
Beautifulest.
Beautifulest. Listen.
Other thing I wanted to address here is because, let's talk a minute about this on a serious note because you're a male and I want to get a male perspective on this. I was just speaking the other day, and this isn't all serious. One of the things that's disturbing to me is that it's unlikely, from what people are saying, that Greta Gerwig will, of course, take for Best Director. And as we all know, this has been a dynamic year in talking about people's rights and things like that. So as a male actor and being in this industry, seriously, how do you feel about, like, when you hear the statistics, like we heard those stats not so long ago about how, like, for SAG, for instance, XYZ people didn't win. Like, for instance, for the Oscars, there's really only been, I think, 4 African-American directors that have ever won an Oscar to begin with, whether it's male or female, just the ethnic thing. And then one person in 75 years, meaning for the Golden Globes, and that was Barbra Streisand. So as a male, how do you feel about that? I'm curious because obviously I'm female, but, I mean, what does the male gender think about all this? Because this is quite distressing for us, clearly, but give us your take on that.
you've come to the right place because I obviously represent all male gender, so that's good. As a guy, I just want to see talent. Like, it's not even as a guy anymore. Like, I know you're asking as a guy, but when I see art and I see what this stuff is, I want to see work rewarded. It's not just the person. That person did something. And that's what we're judging. This isn't popularity contests. This isn't personality awards. These are awards for people's work. Now, for me personally, whether that work is from a female, black, Chinese, Mexican, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm watching on a screen, if we're talking about movies, the work. And whoever's behind that work, that's who deserves it. So I'm not going – see, people are seeing this stuff from, like, the center out. Like, oh, who did it? Like, the people. And that's true. That's a way to look at it, and you should. But what we're supposed to be doing is looking from the outside in, meaning we're supposed to be looking at what was given to us in the first place. That was this person's work. And if it truly deserves the accolade, then give it. Who cares? So, and if there is such a thing, and there is, I shouldn't say if, there is such a thing as, like, you know, biased casting and all this stuff, and I think it is happening. Like, I saw Black Panther. It was a lot of fun. That was a great movie. It was a great movie, and I was in the movie theater, and there's black people in the theater. I'm watching, and I'm, like, enjoying it just as much because they're like they're feeling it, you know. And I'll never feel on the level they do because I don't know what their plight is. I don't know what it is to be a black person in America. I never will, and I won't pretend to be, you know. And I respect their thing with that. So, and I'm glad that movie's happening. I'm glad more people. There's a lot of women directors, and I know, you know, we'll talk about my film in a second because I have a female director, and a lot of women were very responsible for my film happening, you know, and we'll talk about them in a sec. So that's where I come from. I'm tired of the whole PC world, of course, but I'm also tired of it having to be an issue in the first place. Where, like, who cares what this person is? Well, it's the first female, and we have to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge that, obviously, when it's the first of something, because it's been even passive-aggressively oppressed, like not legit, like not like in your face oppressive. It's like, well, you know, it's funny how certain black women never. I'm duh, because, you know, they're considered what with this silly word we call minority. Let's get rid of those words and just have people doing this stuff and look at the work. Like I said, I can't stress enough. What does the work do? Is it great? Good. Who's behind it? Bam. There you go. Simple as that. Let's take away the labels. Let's take away the stigma, and it'll be a much more intelligent way to really feel about this stuff, I think.
Oh, no, I couldn't agree with you more, obviously. And as we all know, I follow Wonder Woman. She's obviously going to be on my set. Yeah?
Oh, but hold on a second. Has anyone called in? Is anyone listening?
No, nobody's called in. I'm a little disappointed that nobody called in. But I'm kind of okay with the fact that we're having good conversation and banter. And no, I see people are listening because they're in my chat box right now.
I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared that no one's listening. Or they just... Is anyone listening? Hey, is anyone listening that knows me? Hold on.
Will be listening.
I think... Did you turn the thing on? Did you turn the radio on?
No, actually, we literally haven't been recording anything. No, it's your imagination, literally. And he totally interrupted my entire start there.
Hold on, I want to do something right now. If anyone's listening on Facebook that knows me on Facebook, like send a message or a thingy-majiggy or something, like, you know, do something. Let us know you're out there. Well, call in. If you're shy,
oh, no kidding, right? We'll talk.
So let's talk about my movie.
We're not shy, right?
Who?
Did he just tell me what we're going to do on my show, by the way? Did he just do that?
Yes, we're.
Yeah. Anyway, before we get to your movie, I just wanted to get back to my one little point here, which was I'm so proud to say Wonder Woman's going to be on my set, by the way. I'm actually taking my Wonder Woman doll on set with me. Like, every day she's going to be there with me. And I'm a little upset because she was a female that movie was a female director that directed that. And Gal Gadot, the only thing she's nominated for is Kids' Choice Awards. A little upset about that. 2 Kids' Choice Awards. Little upset that she's not in the Oscars. Little upset she didn't get the other ones. That's just my little...
I don't think it was an Oscar-worthy movie, do you? Do you think Wonder Woman was an Oscar-worthy movie?
No, it's not. But, you know, honestly, I would have been happy if they did, like, Golden Globe, SAG, something like that. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do think it was a well-made movie. You know what I mean? It could have had, like, what I don't say Oscar, but I will say could have had a little something here or here. But not like your film, which is Oscar nominated. So we have to talk about the Prime because, oh, my God, Oscar name, oh, my God. I know someone Oscar nominated. Wow. It's called The Prime, folks. I'm going to have Jimmy talk about it because, first of all, he loves to talk about himself and his work, in case you didn't notice. Second of all, if I keep talking about it, I'll just show how damn proud I am of him. So instead of being silly and goofy, I'll just be quiet right now and I'll say, okay, Jimmy, let's start off with the basics, because most of the time when people come on my show, the people that are listening in are creatives or artists or filmmakers or people that want to get into the business that may not understand how things start. So let's start at the beginning. You woke up one morning and said, what? I'm just going to write a movie called this. I'm just going to do a movie like this.
Well, here's the thing.
How did it start?
A little quick about me. Here we go. I think I did acting as a child. I did Radio City Music Hall when I was a kid. I was Timmy the Lassie. So I've always had a hand in acting. I got at it for many years. I was a professional musician for many years. Then I started playing with, and I would do a thing here and there, like a student film or something, almost as a goof. Then I started playing with Danny Aiello, legendary actor, you know, from like Moonstruck and all that stuff, and Do the Right Thing. And he didn't get into acting until his mid-30s, and you know, and it was around that time I said, man, I've always wanted to get back into acting, so I went for it. But one of the things that really sparked my interest in acting was storytelling. I also wanted to write, but I didn't feel like I was a writer yet. So over the years I've written some stuff here and there, and nothing for a movie. I've written some short plays that I performed. I was even in the Ken Davenport 10-minute play competition, and I was a finalist in that. And so, you know, I'm doing a little writing here and there, and I don't really know if I call myself a writer fully, because, you know, I know people that are writers, and they write, you know, they're always writing. So I had this idea for a film. It struck me, and I wrote it from kind of like the middle out. I had like the middle scene in my head, and I thought of it, and as I got into it, build. Now, she texted me today, my friend Kristen Hange, who's a Broadway director, Rock of Ages and all that. About a year ago this time, we're hanging out, we're talking, and I told her about the film idea I had. She said, oh, that's great, you got to finish it. And I started writing it. I think I sent her a couple of pages, and you better finish it. One day we're at lunch, and she's like, did you finish it? I go, nah, you know, I'm kind of like dragging my feet. And she said to me, she goes, I said, I think I have just one scene left. I just, you know, haven't been, you know, inspired to write anything. And she challenged me. She goes, write it tonight. And she goes, don't write me a terrible scene then. Just write me a crappy scene. I don't care. Finish it tonight. And for my money, I think I wrote the best scene of the movie that night. I went home and it's, you know, the cork, and it's a scene with the lovely and most talented Kay Tuckerman at the end of the film, and it's the scene that everybody loves the most, you know, which is good. You know, I think it's to end off on a strong scene. And the rest of the scenes are wonderful as well. And that's how it happened. And then my new adopted little sis, Samantha Winter, she's a great AD, right? That's an assistant director. And me and her sat down, because I did this one film that she AD'd on, and I said, hey, you know, I have a film idea I'm thinking of doing. Because we all started doing this stuff, there's something called the Actors Green Room here in New York, and they have a film challenge. This woman, Jen Rudolph, and Shannon Lynn Hammer run the film challenge thing, where you get to shoot, you're supposed to shoot a film within like 3 or 4 days. It really started in like 2 or 3 days, but the films got more progressively better, and they extended it. So I said, I'm going to do it for the challenge. And I sat down with Sammy, and funny enough, here's what a novice I was. I had like a 28-page script at the time, or maybe 30-page script. And she's like, all right, we'll definitely have to cut some things down. And I said, we could probably do this for like $3,000, right? And she just looked at me with this, like, the most serious look of like, are you an idiot? And that's when she's like, no. And we went through all the logistics of it, A to Z, what I need, this, that, and the other thing, who costs what. And it was like, man, we're looking at $9,000, $10,000, and that's when you realize right at that point if you're a filmmaker or not. That is, I think, the first step in really knowing if you want to be a filmmaker, is when you look at the reality of how much money you're going to need to make it. And if you say yes, well, then you just began becoming a filmmaker. If you say no, well, then you're maybe just a writer or an actor or something. But it's when you say, I'm going to produce this. So I produced it. She's one of the co-producers. I gave her co-producing credit because she went beyond the measure of just an AD. Then we brought my buddy Pete Dorton on. He's in the film as well. Pete is a very close friend of mine.
We love Pete.
And,
we love Pete.
Yeah, a wonderful actor. He won Best Actor, I think, in the Chelsea Film Festival. And a great guy, like one of the best people. And he was there from go and totally put it together. So then, you know, we'll do the GoFundMe. I only raised maybe like a third of the money I needed. The rest I pocketed myself. You know, it came out of my own pocket.
Right.
And we had a good team. Do you want me to talk about the people in it? Do you want me to tell about the film, what it's about, blah, blah, blah? What would you like?
Well, I'll
Where do we
interject
go
this
next?
much. And folks, just so you're listening in so you know this. Obviously, of course, it goes without saying that Jimmy will obviously come back for a full structured interview from start to finish, meaning we'll talk about his music, we'll talk about his films, we'll talk about his past history, we'll talk about his present, we'll talk about his future. So yes, if you keep talking, then you may ruin like the entire full interview that's to come. But this is what I will say about the Prime. 2 things that we want to know. First of all, tell a bit about the summarization of the film, meaning what the film is about, how many characters are in it, backstory behind it, and how well it's been doing in terms of work in the festival circuit, because as I understand it, you're having some great success with that.
So far, yeah. Okay, so here's how smart I am. Ready? My good buddy Amanda Brooke Lerner did the electronic press kit, and I have that in front of me. Because honestly, I probably couldn't answer half those questions. And she did a great job doing the press kit, so I have to give her a shout out. And so,
awesome!
Let's see, synopsis. I got the synopsis. Right here. Ready? You want me? I'm going to practice my voiceover. I'm going to practice. Here it comes. Ready? Hold on. I got to. Oh, listen, I have to prepare. Here we go. Ready? There we go. Shut up.
Oh my God!
I'm being serious here, man. Come on. Here we go. Ready? This is a synopsis. Lone wolf Jeffrey McKenna lives in the cracks of an Orwellian reality where dogma, spirit, and ideology are heretical and forbidden. The loss of his wife, Laura, who died in a worldwide pandemic, still haunts him. Wondering if the whispers he hears come from God, he challenges the tenets of the Prime. How was that?
I absolutely
like the movie guy?
love that voiceover. That was too funny.
Was it great?
It sounds like the guy outside of my window, potentially, that we're not talking about, because I don't want to think about it. Stop it.
Yeah.
I have a
I'm going to miss
obsession
you.
with him.
I'm going to miss you.
Stop it.
Anyway, so that's the synopsis of the film.
Are you guys hearing this right now? You're killing me right now.
There's no one listening. They all went to sleep. They're all like, what the hell's going on here? Where are we? Oh. The synopsis. So that's the synopsis, right?
It's with the special vocals.
Yeah, it's a sort of a dystopian world based on what am I saying? It's kind of like a Hunger Games-esque feel. It's in the sci-fi genre, and it's basically a world that's post-plague, where most of humanity dies off. They created this doctrine and these tenets that was called the Prime, where all humanity, what's left, follows this. They've gotten rid of dogma, spirit, ideology, all that. They're saying that was the core of all the problems of mankind. That's how we got to where we are. They chip everybody, and the chip helps prevent the plague, supposedly, and it has all your information, all the stuff that we're cattled, basically. And my guy challenges that. He cuts the chip out, and now he's hearing voices, and he doesn't know whether it's like God speaking to him or if he's crazy, and he's writing them down in this book. And that's where it really goes. It really goes with that. And his wife died, and maybe he gets a visit from her at some point. So that's that. You want to know who's in the film? We're gonna just how many characters? Let's see.
Well, all the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
like to know the variables.
6, 7.
Yes, we'd love to know who the actors are with this project.
Okay, there's 9 characters, right? Let's see. Let's start. We'll go in order of the film. So you see me. The film's over. The film's over right there. I played Jeffrey McKenna, the guy I just told you about. The second character we see is Man at Dumpster. Unfortunately, with short films, we don't have a lot of time to do a lot of character developing. Sometimes we just have to have people come in and do some really cool little roles. And my buddy Steve O'Brien, who is a brilliant actor, he wins awards. He's a brilliant actor. He was kind to grace me with his talent and come in and just do a small spot. So he's the first person we see. And the second person we see, yes, my buddy Stephanie Wepler, who is a wonderful, great actress, wonderful person. She plays the tenant. We and her have a little bit of a conflict, a little bit of a, well, I'll leave it at that. And so after that, let's see, where do we go? Then comes in Peter Dorton, plays one of the CSF guards, that civilian security force people, him and Zoe Watkins. And Zoe has my best, she's British, and she says my favorite line in the movie. I'm just going to give a little spoiler. She goes, with her accent, "Wake him." It's hysterical. I love it. And those two guys played a great job. I get to beat up on Pete in it. Pete was great. And Pete's like this really big, scary guard in it. Then we go to, then comes Dana Marissa Schoenfeld. She came in last minute. The actress who was supposed to do it got sick. Dana was kind enough to come in, and she's a great talent, very prolific. I mean, she's doing tons of films. She's a writer, director, editor, astronaut, whatever. She does a lot of crap. But she's doing a lot of great stuff. And she's winning awards and all that stuff. So she came in, played my dead wife, and did a very good job. She came in and, it's hard for an actor to come in last minute and like, boom, I'm in your cast. Look at this. We're shooting a movie now. So that was her. Then we have Letitia DiVenuto. I wrote this role with Letitia in mind. Like when I was writing, I'm like, yep, that's Letitia. This is hers. If no one else can do it, she plays a role called Holiday. Oh, and Dana's character's name's Laura, the wife, the dead wife. Let's see. Letitia plays Holiday, my like nurse person watching over me because something happened to me. And then my buddy Steve Nico. Steve, you better be listening, you putz. He's not really an actor yet, but no, he plays a guard, a CSF guard, and he was actually a corrections officer at Rikers Island, so he was perfect for the role. He's got a couple of lines in there, and he did a great job. And he's bigger. I'm like 6'2", 3, 230, 25 pounds. I'm not a small guy, and this guy like dwarfs me. So, and he did a great job. I'm so glad he was able to do it because I've known him since high school. Then last, by no means least, the last scene is me and Kay Tuckerman, who is a dynamo. She directed me in a film about this time last year, and she was a great, awesome person. She has a version of Hallelujah. She's a fantastic singer on YouTube. Just type in Kay Tuckerman Hallelujah, and it'll blow your mind. She's so great.
Really?
Such a great singer.
That's awesome.
Yeah, great singer.
I would love that.
And she's going, I think she's going to Broadway, and I hope to God she is because she deserves it 20 times over.
Nice. That is so nice.
She killed
the thing
it.
Is, can I interrupt you? Because we have a call in. You'll never guess who this is.
Call?
I know who it is. Yes, we do. You're going to love
Pete?
who it is. Just wait.
It's Pete, because it's Pete. Is it Pete?
I know. Just hang on.
Because you know why? I had him actually go on Facebook Messenger.
Hello?
Listen in, you a-hole. Pete?
Stop it. Don't be mean to Pete. We like him. We like him.
Exactly.
Wow, Pete. Who thought you'd call in?
Hey,
unfortunately.
I gave him the number.
I got a private line
folks,
here.
Pete, that's right. Pete Dorton still has to come on my show. Just saying.
Yes,
I've asked him
yes.
3 times now. 3.
You've never
Pete.
asked
3.
me. I've been begging to come on.
Oh, my God. Yes, I did. I asked you at the festival. I asked you an email. I asked you with a damn text. What do I have to beg you, for God's sake? Ouch. I got Jimmy before I got you.
I love to feel
what does
special.
that say?
So we know one person was listening, only because I told him to. That's great.
No,
so the 3
I
of us,
told everyone to
wanted
listen.
What?
Listen, hey, I'm honored to be able to catch this, and I was able to hear a little bit while I was trying to call in, and it sounds really good, you guys.
Do you think so?
You
Do you think
always
we have
impress
engagement, good engagement?
You do.
We get along, kind of.
I'm
it's like a love connection.
Whoa.
I don't know.
I'm not getting engaged. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Pete.
Well, first of all,
Pete, I just said a lot of nice things about you.
Did you hear the part
Pete,
about how he says that a serial killer is going to kill me? Like that part? Did you hear that part about my cat?
No, I didn't hear that part.
And that I'm going to die. He told me I'm going to die. Like a serial killer is going to kill me tonight, and my cat hates me.
Well,
isn't that wonderful?
Well,
That's
she's
a nice friend, isn't it? No.
She lives in the suburbs, dude. She lives in the suburbs. It's her own fault. That's what happens in the suburbs.
But since we have Pete on the line,
so funny.
let me just quickly say something. Pete, I want you to tell our listening audience, we're going to be quiet. Tell them about your new project. Okay. Tell them about what you're promoting. Let's do shameless promotion of Pete Dorton right now. Go.
Wow. Right now I'm standing on the corner of 8th Avenue and 48th Street.
I'm standing on the
corner. Work, so I was corner trying to make an extra $1 or $2. So
good luck.
We actually, right? I'll be here all night. We have our film Lou, which was in Art is Alive, and won Best Short. Thank you, Cindy. That was amazing. We were so honored. And what? No whispering.
Go ahead.
Hear
keep going. I know. I'm trying to let you have the stage. Go for it.
No, thank you. And you know how I am about being on stage. I got to have that spotlight.
I know.
So our film Lou just got accepted into another festival called the Garden State Film Festival in Asbury Park, New Jersey. And that's March 22nd through the 25th. And then we just found out we got into another festival after that called Hang On to Your Shorts, the Short Film Festival. And that just happened to be in Asbury Park in the end of April, I believe. And both of our films I have a film, the first one, Lou, and then we have another short film called Toyful. Both were directed by Miguel Garzón Martinez. And so it's nice to have two films in one festival. And Miguel and I are currently working on a short that we're hoping to turn into a feature. And then we also have Jimmy's film. Yeah, we have The Prime, which I found out Jimmy has it entered into just scores of festivals. So we should be hearing, well, we just started to hear a few festivals that we were lucky enough to get in. But I think for the next year and a half, we're going to be really busy with a lot of festivals with The Prime. So looking forward to that, hopefully traveling all over the world for that one.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, we don't have to cross fingers. Yes. Good film. I'm very proud of that film.
Well,
I'm very proud of Jimmy.
No, I agree. And did you know, Pete, apparently that your film has been Oscar nominated? Jimmy was telling us tonight that you're up for an Oscar for The Prime. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pete,
well,
I lie a lot.
That would be,
I lie a real lot, just in case you guys
that
forgot.
That would be pretty remarkable.
Yeah. I know, right?
We're up for Best Picture. We're up for Best Picture and Best Dressed. Yeah.
Mr. Dorton, I was just wondering because, I was talking to Jimmy about this, and he said he was going to help me with this, and I don't really think he's helping. I need, for my film, I need a non-union actor. Can you just tell me something, Pete? I'm trying to find a guy between 45 and 55 in New York City that's a non-union actor who actually gets to propose to me and marry me on camera. Why is this so hard?
And a honeymoon.
Please help me.
Well,
no honeymoon. We talked about that.
Between Jimmy and I, we do know a lot of wonderful non-union actors that would be more than happy to be in the film. And, just give us some time and I'll get back to you on that one. But in the meantime, they're going to have to get in the way for me because, I might have a proposal or two up in my sleeves,
Oh, my, OMG, LOL, oh, my God, a little smirking here. Well, it's frustrating when you don't have a SAG contract and I don't have it signed and I have to film these particular people right away. So it's like I don't have a lot of time to work with, so that's why I have to have a non-union because I don't have a contract signed yet from SAG, so I can't use any of you guys. Otherwise, I would literally hit up everyone I know and be like, hey, who doesn't want to be with a girl in a pretty dress for like half a day? Right? There are worse jobs you could have, right?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
saying. Just throwing that out there without a doubt.
If you want, after the interview, maybe sometime this week, you and I can talk and I can help you out a little more with the planning and stuff with your film.
Oh, without a doubt. That would be a good idea, actually. And
don't
maybe
worry
we could talk
that.
about you coming on my show before I'm dead. Because we've tried this 4 times now. Hint, again. Again. Going to be damn soon.
If I can sweet talk you anyway to get the Prime into Art is Alive Film Festival 2, I'll do it.
Funny you should mention that because I think the guy that wrote that. Yeah, I was just going to say, are you? Yeah, well, you're a day late and darling. Because actually, he did actually. We talked about it, and I said, why don't you send it to me? So it's circulating through my judges as we speak. I have screened it. Roxanne has screened it, so we have to have at least 1 or 2 more people screen it. So I can't officially say anything as of yet. I can tell you,
of course, you better not.
It's not been kicked out yet. Well, no, I like to be fair about these sort of things and all that jazz.
Well, and you are.
But no.
That's why it's a great festival.
I try. Oh, thank you so much.
And
You're so sweet. I appreciate that.
Well, it was a great festival. We had a great time, and I met some wonderful people, and I'm really excited for this one coming up because it's going to be bigger and better.
You're
think
always
so?
Nervous. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
But
I'll be there. I'll hold your hand.
Well, I sure hope so, obviously. I would definitely like it to be bigger and better. I'm working on it as we speak. It's a lot, and we'll have to talk about that as far as that goes. And like I said, you have to come on this show. There's so much. There's a whole hour and a half we could do about Pete. There's like 2 hours we could do about Jimmy. There's so many of you that just, there's just not enough time. You know what I mean? I feel like we could have a whole event just doing all actors and all this sort of stuff and everything. So now I know if we want to get Pete on the show, we have a show at like 11 or midnight. Because you could do that, right?
Have a show with me. This is the formula. I get on the show. I guilt Pete to death, and he calls in.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Did he
That's the
guilt
way to
you?
That's how it works.
Like, did he make you feel terrible? Like, was he like all
I did.
over
I
your
had
show?
to contact him on Facebook.
No.
And I'm like, man, I gave you a liver. You know what I'm saying? I took a bullet for you.
Yeah.
I'm your wingman.
I'm about
Come
ready
on,
to
man.
abuse that liver, too. So, hey.
Oh, my God, right? I've been abusing my liver this last half hour.
Hey, listen,
Well,
quickly. Pete.
Yeah.
Yes, Jimmy.
I'm going to tell them about the festivals we're in, okay? Here we go.
Yeah, sure, please.
So far, we're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're into 5 festivals, and this is like the beginning.
Yay!
Of course,
That's awesome.
we've been turned down. We've been turned down. I'm a bit of a realist. We've been turned down, of course. But when the Los Angeles International Film Festival Award thingy, we're semifinalists in that. We're in the Best Shorts competition. Then we're also in the Miami Independent Film Festival, and we're going to find out when that screens. Well, we're in the New York Indie Film Awards Festival. We didn't win, but you know what? We got in it. So, but now the piece de resistance. You didn't know I spoke French, did you?
No.
Let's see. We got the.
I did not.
No, it's
I
sexy,
thought
right?
it was Greek.
Pete.
Hey. Keep it clean,
listen. You two. You guys want to get a room? We're in the Berlin.
Oh my God! Did you just say that?
Oh my God.
Oh wait, I heard Berlin or something. What?
Here we go. We were a winner. There's a Berlin Flash Film Festival. They have monthly categories, and we won the first level. So we're a winner for like best longest short, and then we go into another category eventually because you can win for like the year. So I think it's a pretty good start. You know, it's very hard to judge.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the festivals. Because you just started, and I mean, 5. That's really good. You know,
that is awesome.
My film, Lou, has only. I think we're up to 12, and it's taken a while. We've been rejected like by 30 some. So you got some good odds.
That's what people should know that. You know, I like to show the balance because, like, you know, when you look on social media and all this stuff, everyone puts out the best foot forward. But I think people should know, like, you see people, you know, and even friends of mine recently, you know, it's great. You want to get out there, go to these festivals, live it up, you know, do the red carpet thing and look like a big hot shot. That's great. And people get this assumption that we're living these, like, grandiose lives. But you know what? For every acceptance, there's probably, like, 7 or 8 where you didn't. See, Pete's laughing at me.
Well, only because I think you're right. I think people think you have this grandiose and glamorous and all this stuff that's happening, and they don't really realize all the back stuff that comes along with that. There's a whole lot to that.
For every festival you're in, you're probably turned down by like 7 or 8. And what I look forward to these festivals is I'm going to get to share a hotel room with Pete at some point. And we should do, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. No,
okay,
it's going to be amazing. Between me snoring, him farting, it's going to be a disaster.
Oh, my God.
And you know what?
Hey, before I forget.
Here it is. Here, hold on. I got a great idea because I'm full of them. Ready? When me and Pete, the first hotel thing we have to share, because we're both broke, by the way. That's why we're going to share a hotel. If anything, we might have to, like, rent a van and sleep in that. We should do the next show, one show, me and Pete co-host, from the hotel room that we're spending together.
Oh, boy.
Just an idea.
As in co-host your own show? You mean together?
No, we're going to come on your show together like that. Basically, this has turned into a weird little
so now you're planning on coming back on my show again already. Notice how he's already coming back?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Like a one-time thing that's now all of a sudden he's coming back. Now, before I forget, I want to forget to ask you this. Because Jimmy and I were talking about this before, and apparently, did you know, not only was he taught by Steven Spielberg, but he knows Denzel, and he knows Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's hung out with Tom Hanks. So here's my question.
Tommy.
Pete, I just want to know, any good predictions? Because are we all in the Oscar pool? I'm getting in the Actors Lounge, the Green Lounge, the guy with the Oscar pool. Are you guys getting in that?
Yes.
I'm going to do the $10 for the Oscar pool. So give us your predictions. Who do you think's going to win, Pete?
Oh, wow. Put me on the spot
right?
with that one.
Sorry. But I'm just
I really liked that. I really liked 3 Billboards. What's
we talked about that,
what's that? Call Me by My Name.
Call Me by My Name. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, and then the what's the guy's the Sea Serpent one. Jimmy, help me here. The beautiful one by the Spanish director, the guy that did.
Is this the water movie?
Yes.
The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. Thank you. Yes. And I can't think of the director. This is embarrassing.
No, but I know we know the movie we're talking about.
Del Toro.
Stayed on 8th Avenue.
Yeah, that's it. Guanama Del Toro or something like that. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Did you see I, Tonya?
Yeah.
Did you see the skater movie?
I liked it. Yes.
You
Love
did
Margot
see it.
Robbie.
See, we didn't see it yet. Okay, got it. Yeah, we didn't see that
You know,
yet.
honestly, I'll say I'm not a big fan of the Oscars. I
Really?
I really love it.
Yeah.
Well, I
What is it with
love
you
independence.
actors?
Well, I love independence. I love seeing, people struggling to make these features on a shoestring budget.
Oh, right.
To
I
me,
get it.
that's just art. That's like the day that we shot The Prime for 3 days. I mean, if you could have been there, it was an amazing experience. I mean, we were in a room for how many hours?
Oh, my God.
16 hours, and it was like 103 degrees, and no air conditioning, no fans, nothing. And it was just, we're in a building after take.
Right, and we're in a building. We had sound issues because we're in a building where below us, lucky us, we find the only friggin' 24-hour woodworking shop in all of New York fucking City. Friggin', like right in the middle of an awesome take, and all of a sudden, like, this sound comes out of nowhere. I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. And we went downstairs, like, oh, yeah, we're a 24-hour woodworking shop. I'm like, my effing luck, man. Trust me, there it is. That's filmmaking right there.
What was great about it? What was great is not one person complained. The cast, the crew, they just wanted.
What movie set were you on? Did you hear me on that set, Pete? I threw shit at you. I was throwing stuff at you. Yeah, I like a monkey. I crapped in my own hand and I threw it right at Pete.
Oh my God!
That's normal.
Oh my God! I wish Samantha Winter was. Listen, I wish Samantha Winter was listening right now and call in. She'll tell you a much different story. Because when I lose my shit, that's it. I lose it.
But honestly,
Pete is such a nice guy. Pete is a beautiful guy. He takes it like he's awesome.
God, yeah.
That's the problem. He's such a nice guy.
He's an amazing guy. And not only that, he does great Q&A. He does great explanations about his film. He's extremely humble, very modest.
He does
very hardworking.
He does great foot rubs.
Very intense.
Great foot rubs. Does great laundry.
Okay,
he's my concubine.
But honestly, all kidding aside, back to the filmmaking. Like when we were at Art Is Alive, just to see all those other people, like John Gallagher, he's been around working and doing all these great films, and as a first-time filmmaker, getting to meet him and talk, and
he's a great guy.
Stuff. And
my inspiration.
One of the guys that the other guy that did the film from L.A. was super nice.
Chad McCord. Yep.
Yeah, and making contacts. That's what this is all about. That, to me,
I agree.
That's the fun of making films. That's why I'm not into the big Hollywood, glamour and glitz. I mean, yeah, of course, don't we all want to be there? But to me, working on a set The Prime, that was awesome. I had a great time.
Right. Well, I was
Pete's
just
great to work with. That's why I made him a producer. What's that? Did I hear my name? I was sleeping.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
You had mentioned that. No. I was just saying to Pete, I said to Jimmy earlier in this conversation, there's a chance that I have to go and cover an actual Oscars gala event. And so I said, well, which one of my friends would ask? Who would I ask to go with me? I'm like, would anyone want to go with me? I would think lots of people would want to do that, right? But maybe not.
Let me help
maybe
you.
everybody's like, hell no.
Cindy, I'm going to help you here. I'm going to help you here. Don't listen to Pete. Pete's a pathological liar. Okay, listen. He's on the corner hooking himself on 48th Street and Fifth Avenue. How can you trust a man
I
like
know.
that?
I don't know why he's doing that. That's awkward.
So why would you bring
Don't ever
somebody
say
like
on
that
radio.
to LA?
Why do you say that?
Let me tell you what's going to happen. You bring Pete to LA. This guy he's going to drink himself silly. He gets into bar fights, bail money. I'm serious. You got to watch out for Pete. Don't let that big, beautiful smile. I'm such a nice guy from Ohio. No, it's BS, man.
Yeah.
This guy, man, we go out. He's like a friggin' ninja. He killed a man. Did you know that? Pete Thornton killed a man. So do you want to bring somebody like that to LA? I'm sorry, Pete.
Dude.
I'm sorry. I had to tell people. And he did it. He did it with his friggin' mind, man. He just looked at his mother, and he just boom, and the guy was dead.
That's kind of scary, man. I thought you were nice guy. What happened?
Listen.
See, Jimmy gets in the mix here.
Well, listen, you make your own decisions, Cindy. You make your own decisions, but I just want to warn you about Pete. The man's a killer. He's a killer. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm kind of shocked that he called into a radio show this big, and then he's telling people he's literally working on the corner. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I don't know who he's meeting. I don't know what he's doing.
It's brilliant marketing. It's brilliant marketing because it's people like coming from Jersey right now.
I just got out of my restaurant job, and I was getting in a cab, and I said, you know what? Let me call my buddy Jimmy, give some support to Jimmy and Cindy, and look what I get from both of you.
I mean, I'm trying to be nice. I'm the nicer. I really am the nicer of us. I really am. See, Jimmy's a little.
You are. Yeah, and you're prettier too. So.
You are very nice. Now you are a nice person.
If you had to choose, I would definitely say take Jimmy because, you know, he dresses up well. I just wouldn't let him speak.
Oh, see, Cynthia, do you see the seething? That's called reverse psychology. This man is a sociopath. He's making, but Pete, I should take you because you're so giving and caring. Do not trust a sociopath like Pete Dorton. He's taking human life for Christ's sake.
Now that I've seen another side of Pete,
this whole
radio
killing interview has taken
the whole thing, Pete's such a nice guy. Pete has a great laugh. I just want to hug and cuddle him.
Trust me, we've covered
this man will kill you. This man will kill you. I'm just warning you.
Outside of the banter.
But did you get a John, Pete?
Yeah, I got to go. No. I don't want to take up all your time. But
no, that's okay. But you need to call me tomorrow because I need to talk to you. I definitely
will.
But we're a little overdue on that call.
Did he tell you all about his amazing music career and everything?
No, what we're going to do is he's literally going to do a whole nother interview. Like, this was our interview, like this is our night tonight. He's going to come back for, like, a full-fledged interview that you never do, when you say you're going to come on my show. So we're going to do a full-fledged hour-long sort of focusing all on Jimmy and his whole career and all that stuff. And maybe, Pete, you might be inclined to, answer me for the fourth time now and say yes. Give me a date. A radio date.
Well, we'll see.
Just saying.
I don't know. I'm a little gun-shy now.
Yeah, just remember what I told you, Cindy.
Get the hell off my format. Get the hell off my show now. You're done, Pete.
I know, this is
done.
Crazy.
No, we love you. We're sending big hugs. We do. We love you. Love you.
Killer.
Call me tomorrow, please.
Well, all right. Love you.
I like you a lot, Pete. I like you a lot.
Yeah, you know you love me. Hey, and
I like you a real lot.
Very entertaining. Thank you for entertaining me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
you for calling from your hook job.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Have fun with your John. Remember, get paid first.
Do you see that? Now you scared him away. Are you happy now?
Good.
He doesn't even want to be on the radio anymore.
I love that guy. Did I tell you how much I love that guy?
I know, right? He is, and all kidding aside, folks, he's a great guy. Like, literally. New York
He is a wonderful guy.
To actors and writers and his oh, my God. And I'm not going to lie, Lou was phenomenal. And I didn't just pick it.
It's
Obviously,
a great movie.
I had three other judges. Great guy. Great movie. Great person. Great supporter of arts in general. And just a fabulous person to work with because he was always so
let me say this about
Pete. Everything.
Let me say this about Pete. True blue, because in this industry, we make a lot of people that we think are friends. And, we're all friends because we're attracted to it like an inner core, right?
Exactly.
Would you know half these people?
Correct.
Would you be friends with half these people if we didn't have this in common? Pete's the kind of guy I would still be friends with if I was never an actor. Like, he's just however we would meet in life, I would want that guy to be my friend. And he's that kind of person. And that's a rare thing in the entertainment industry.
Right.
There's so many people, you see it on Facebook, all the I love you and the kissy face and all that stuff. And that's wonderful. We all we do that. And I'm just being honest. I try to be as real as I can because, I want to legitimately accolade and give people credit for what they do. And that's the phoniness gets a little too much sometimes. So when you meet people like Pete who are really there and they're honestly good, and like you, I'm giving you a compliment now. Mark this moment. Mark this moment now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't. So you sitting down? I don't want you to drop dead on me.
Wait for it.
That's
I'm on the couch with the cat that hates me right next to me. Go ahead.
After that cat.
Cat's
I don't
right
trust
next
that
to me
cat.
that hates me. Mm-hmm.
That cat
well,
hates
she's
you.
sitting right here next to me.
But you are a very
quietly.
nice person, and you're a very wonderful person. And what Pete said about the festival and you, I totally double. How long have we been on the phone now?
I was just going to say that. We have 25 more minutes, and then we're up to the 2-hour mark because I can only do 2 hours. But I don't want to forget to mention.
I'm good with that.
You brought that up. So you said that. So we should tell the listening audience how we met for the first time, because I didn't always know Jimmy, as a matter of fact. Before my festival, I didn't even know he existed at all, to tell you the truth.
We didn't know each other. And I got to tell you, folks,
no.
if you have to, well, let me just tell the people this. If you have to share a jail cell with somebody, Cindy's one of the better people. Because when they give you the mystery meat sandwich, you can just totally, like, give me that sandwich, lady. Give me the friggin' sandwich. She was like, okay.
Do you even remember what we got arrested for? I mean, do you remember that? Like, what we got arrested for? Why were we in jail again? Do you remember?
I remember.
I thought it was disorderly conduct or indecent exposure. That's what I'm thinking. No. It's got to be it.
Well, no. You beat the living hell out of somebody. It was all. I'm a very violent person. You hear me tonight? I'm in such a violent mood. I'm like bringing up serial killers. Your cat's going to beat the crap. Yeah, you beat the living crap out of them.
Maybe you should get off that tequila. Let me tell you something, folks. I'm just saying.
For the 6 people that might be listening, if you hear Cindy, what a lovely person she is, a couple of glasses of wine on this broad, and she's like a friggin' ninja. Dudes were flying everywhere. She was breaking bones. Oh, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You should do. You know what you should do? Forget this romantic crap. You should do a martial art movie. You should absolutely do a martial art movie.
Really?
I just beat the living crap out of it.
What do we call it?
Like Soccer Mom Goes Nuts or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just play that Midwestern, really level-headed woman. Remember the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas? I say you do a version of that, except it's all martial arts.
I love that movie.
Yeah, like you're in Target and, like, you know, somebody takes, like, the teapot before you do, and, like, that's the teapot I want, and she's like, F you, and you're snapping her neck. Like, that's a movie I would pay money to see. That's Oscar material right there. That's an Oscar-winning script right there. You should get on it.
You think?
That's my gift to you.
Oh,
I know.
Like tomorrow. I'll just literally just get on that whole
Yeah. I don't know what we call
it.
The name escapes me, but
I wasn't beating anyone up, and I didn't let the wine get the better of me. So we actually did acquaint to one another through my film festival, as a matter of fact, and I'm so graciously glad and pleased that happened, actually. He was kind enough to actually come and support his fellow friends, meaning Eve Austin and Pete Dorton and all the wonderful Anthony Robert Grasso.
Yep.
All
Anthony's
those fine
a lover.
Actually.
I love Anthony.
Oh,
he's a great actor. He's a great guy. Great teacher.
Coach.
He's a lovely guy. And I wrote something recently. I wrote a script recently with him in mind, so hopefully I'd be shocked to death if Anthony was listening now. But if he is, that'd be great. But Anthony's wonderful. Who else? Pete. Pete, we always said was wonderful.
Pete.
A friend of mine, Sarah Kiefer, had a film in that.
You know, Sarah. I love my Sarah. And Sarah won, you know.
Me and Sarah
won for best.
Yeah. And Sarah's brilliant. Sarah and I studied with a woman named Elizabeth Browning, one of my acting teachers, and me and Sarah have been friends for a long time. Yeah, a long time, at least like
she's amazing. I love
10, 11
her.
years now.
And I love how many times she says "fuck." Oh, no, I said it.
Oh, you
but
said
it. But yeah, she does say that.
That's it.
Tell me she doesn't say that. She says that a lot. She does say that.
Yeah, that's her.
But she means it in a good way.
She's well versed. She's a well versed woman.
Yes, she is.
Who else was in that? What other film? Oh! Eve Austin's film was in it.
Eve Austin legit was a finalist. Yes, Christopher Laney was in that. As a matter of fact, Jordan directed that along with Thomas, and David Hilstein. David Hilstein was in that, and Janine Bartel.
Janine Bartel is my love. I love Janine.
I love her.
Oh, ready for this?
She's beautiful.
Segue time.
Segue.
Here. Crash. Here comes the segue. Janine and I are in a film. What's her name again? Janine Bartel.
Janine Bartel.
We've been friends for a while. Yeah, I know. I just said that.
I know because the other night when I... Oh, wait. That's another segue.
I'm in the middle of saying something?
Go ahead.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was this my movie? Oh, wait, no, my show. That's right.
It was. I've hijacked it.
Let me just let you talk since you're on my... No, wait.
Listen. We can talk. We can discuss what you want to talk about. You just tell people what you think of me, and we're good. We're doing a movie coming up called Schwartzy. We're filming that in April, the beginning of April. Jean's in that as well. And I'm friends with her. She's a great actress. She's a lot of fun. Eve Austin's film was in that festival. Who else?
Nice.
There's a lot of people. Like, it was nice to go there and just see, man, like all my friends are in these festivals. And the Prime was not ready for festivals yet at that point. I think it was in September. We were still like editing, and then once we got the editing done, I went nuts. I'm a man with a credit card and a dream. I get on that Film Freeway site, and it's all over. I'm like, it's like me shopping on eBay. like 3 in the morning, me shopping on eBay and me film freeways, same thing. I just buy a bunch of. I'm like,
Dude.
this film festival. I just like whatever. I mean, like I submitted to like 90 something. It's ridiculous, but I don't know. It's fun. And where they really get me, the cheaper ones, like $20, $15. It's just like buying stuff on eBay. I'm like, I'm buying a bunch of crap I don't need. Like, I know nothing about this festival.
Like you collect candy.
I know I'm qualified for it. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Exactly. We'll see what happens. I'm excited.
I hope.
I am excited.
Yeah.
I mean, indie filmmaking is a lot of fun, obviously. I mean, and not only fun, it's a labor of love. I think people don't really realize how much of you goes into it, not just the dollars and cents, but you as a person and everything that comes along with that. As you said, it's a little different than the Hollywood dynamic, of course. And one of the coolest parts I have to say, guys, about the indie festival circuit, not just because I'm a founder now, but it's so nice to be able to, as Pete was saying, you get people together of like minds in a room, and you all get to network with one another. My hope is that out of that room, not only friends but cohorts, and wants to actually collaborate with one another, create with one another, network with one another. And then if we're all happy in this one little pool, everybody's creating a whole lot of material and a whole lot of new movies instead of one guy has to be the king in the room, etc. Like you said with John Gallagher. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's so exciting to me, which reminds me, folks, I have to remind everybody that this year we do have the Gallagher Award. My director award has actually become the actual, it's an homage to John Gallagher. So there's a very distinctive honorary little award that we had made up for John Gallagher this year, for whoever wins Best Director this year.
Good for John.
Well,
that's
he's a good guy. I have to have him back on my show. We had a 2-hour show, Johnny and I, which is how our relationship began, which is how I got, that's how I got into independent film with John.
Is he a real friend, though? Is he a real friend? Did he warn you about your cat
190%.
Did he warn you about this cat that hates you? And the cat's going to let the serial killer in, just so you know.
90% of the people I know in New York City in the indie world are because of John Gallagher. He's my everything as it relates to, I cannot think of a person who I have on a higher pillar than that person. He is a great director. He's a great writer. He's a great friend. He's a great cohort. He's the shit. John Gallagher, you're the shit. You're the man. You're the everything. Besides,
I hope he's.
Well,
do you think he's listening?
Michael
do you think he's listening right now? He's not listening. He's asleep.
Well, actually, John's pretty exhausted. I'm guessing he's probably. It's like 1:40 in New York time, and John's getting up there a little bit. So it's kind of like, I doubt that, That, and of course, we all know I'm a huge fan of Michael Madsen. He's the bomb. He's the number one up there. Top 5 actors of all time, in my opinion. Do you have a top 5 actors
I'm curious.
on your list?
Well, I'm sorry. What are you trying to say? So you like John? Is what you're saying?
I'm trying to say that I probably hold John in very high regard. That's what I'm getting out of that conversation. I really like him a lot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, no.
Do you have like a top 5 list? Now that I revealed the whole
top 5
Michael
actors.
Madsen.
Yeah. Okay. My top 5 actors. Okay. Let's
like
see.
Hollywood.
I love Orson Welles. Orson Welles, like the old school actors.
Yes.
Orson Welles.
Yes.
One of the most prolific actors, directors, producers. I think I might have mentioned Michael Shannon earlier. I love him to death,
badass.
of course.
What about Thor?
What's that?
No Thor? Like no Thor? Chris Hemsworth? No Thor?
Let me finish my list. My list. I might surprise you. We're Orson Welles. I'm not going in any particular order. Orson Welles.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Shannon. Kate Blanchett is one of my favorite actors.
Oh yes, love her.
Like if we're gonna get like male, female, gender stuff, she's like the Daniel Day-Lewis to me. If you're gonna get female, but like I don't care.
Right.
Like like as a guy, I'm gonna look at male actors because I want to relate to them. Like who's my type? Who would I want to aim? But you know what? Her talent is so vast that it transcends gender. I really think. I mean, you can just look at her as like. I would learn so much from her. She can play the most womanly role. I will find something I can use in my acting from her because she just transcends that. And she's brilliant. Who else? I love one of my favorite actors. It's really weird reference. Is John Cassavetes. I think he was one of the most underrated. Yes, he played the husband in Rosemary's Baby, but he did that movie so he could make some money to fund his own films. like Husbands, Woman Under the Influence.
Yes.
Right. So when you talk about indie filmmaking, you have to tip a hat to John Cassavetes.
I agree. And I have to do a quick segue. Just to remind everybody, Love's Two-Way Mirror, which is my movie, is all in black and white as an homage to the Charlie Chaplin. Just going to throw that out there.
Right. And I was going to say now, how many did I mention so far? We got Orson, we got
3.
Shannon.
Kate Blanchett.
3.
You have Michael Shannon.
No, we got 4. We got
John
4.
Cassavetes.
Don't forget.
Yes.
And
I'm sorry.
what's her name? And Kate Blanchett. So that's 4.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. The 5th, it's a hard call because Charlie Chaplin. I mean, because that's an era of acting that required, in some ways, more than what actors need now. You had to convey so much more with less because there was no sound. The technology, guys like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin, that early, and it's just that early history of Hollywood, which is beautiful. Like what it must have been like to be at that level where it was all beginning and people were saying things like, the talkies aren't going to make any difference. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what it must have been like to have been in the 20s and the 30s making films. Like guys like Frederick March. It's like actors of that era, people don't even know.
I know.
And later on, Joseph Cotten, of course. And so it's just those guys are, some of my favorites right there. I like a little bit, God, so many actors. I mean, there's so many. You know what? You'll name an actor to me, like, oh my God, that's my favorite.
There's
actor.
like 1,000 of them, and I do agree that the reason I want to do a black and white movie is just because of the fact that we've gotten away from that so much. Like The Artist was an amazing film, which is black and white not so long ago. So my feeling originally was when I wrote this film, folks, just so you know, it was written for the 100-word festival. Originally, it was 100 words, meaning that all the emphasis was on the actors to personify every emotion, every feeling, everything I ever wrote or didn't write in this case. And then it occurred to me, well, if I go ahead and, which I initially did, audition and hire non-union people, that's a lot of pressure. Actor, meaning non-union or union, it's a lot of pressure to try to convey all that stuff. So I had to add dialogue, and now we don't have a silent film anymore. However, folks, if you wait like 5 years, my last film is going to be a silent film love story, again, as an homage to Charlie Chaplin, because I'm kind of a freak that way. I like my little black and white stuff.
We definitely have that. I love those old films, and
I know. We need to do that at my festival. Remind me of that. Let's do a black and white night where we show like Marilyn Monroe. Well, not Marilyn's another one.
You're talking like it's anything before the late 40s is all black and white. I forget what the and one of the worst things I thought was when they start coloring these films.
Oh, that drives me
nuts. It was a nice perspective to see what it must have been like in color. But man, and the charm of those films, and the charm of Bob Hope. Bob Hope was one of the funniest comedians of all time, and his early films.
Yes.
And a lot of he would improvise. He the level of talent that was needed. I mean, I love that dude. I love that stuff. The old films. I'm a big fan of it. Big fan.
Without a doubt. Now, I think, because we're down to the last 10 minutes, I have a few things to say because we're down to the last 10 minutes. First of all, I'm quite proud of the fact that we name-dropped a whole lot of people in the industry, and that's what my show is all about, name-dropping and shameless promotion. So I'm very proud of that.
And how lucky are you that I'm like best friends with most of these people,
Oh, my God.
So,
look, we're back
Tommy
on Jimmy
and
again
Dee
for the
and
76th time here. Yeah. Okay, this is the part where Jimmy just is quiet for the next 2 minutes because I have to do the grown-up stuff, like be the show host right now. So just now, before I forget, to remind everybody, because we're almost at that 2-hour mark, because Blog Talk Radio only allows us 2 hours, and it's pretty clear if you're listening to us for the last hour and 50 minutes that you'd realize that we could probably talk all night. So there's a few different things that I have to cover on the business standpoint, which is this. First of all, if you've been listening in, or if you wanted to listen in and you didn't get a chance to, here's a hint. Within 2 hours, this show will be archived, which means after that, I will send my friend Jimmy the actual link on Blog Talk Radio, which will be archived. I will also upload this episode to the YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, so you can go back and listen to it literally 24/7 all day long for the rest of eternity because now we're marked in history together. That's number one.
Uh-oh.
Number two, is I'm going to ask this fine gentleman on the other end of the phone if he'll come back and do a real live show where we're not doing all sorts of silliness and banter, where I get to interview him as the real polite professional that he is. And this is where I'm
I would love
asking
to.
you. So he'll come back and he'll do that. Number 3,
I'm pretty small.
I might be coming to New York. Then I'd have to live interview you.
Oh, wow.
But I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to figure out if I'm doing L.A. or going to New York, which that's a whole other story. And if you want to talk about that, wait 10 minutes, I can call you. Third of all,
okay.
I always end my show the same way. So even though there's been a lot of silliness, I want to end my show the exact same way that I would any other show, which is I get to tell the person on my show what I think of him. So this is what I get to tell Jimmy what I think of him.
Oh, no.
And
hold on, let me get some earplugs.
Yes. Oh, my God. Do you see, folks? Imagine having to put up with him all the time, okay? Like when you're friends with him, it never ends. This is how it is, even when you're not on the radio. So here goes. The reason that I do this quick little banter, or I should say not banter, but really this cute little synopsis, is because most people don't get the clear benefit of knowing who you are or what you are or what you do. So in the next 2 minutes, you're just going to be quiet and listen to me. So, folks, if you were listening in tonight, let me tell you don't call me ma'am, I hate that. Let me tell you the 5 reasons why I wanted him to co-host with me. First of all, most of you who have been on this journey with me for almost 7 years already know that I have never had a co-host ever. This would be a very first for me. And in order for me, as a very alpha female, as I've come to become, it takes quite a gentleman to be my co-host, period. For me to even consider that is a big deal. And the reason I picked him is quite obvious. First of all, it's pretty rare in New York City that somebody is kind enough to drag my sorry ass around in a vehicle all the time, which he was nice enough to do. Number 2, there's very few people, although many make me smile. He just makes me giggle on the inside, and not many people do that either. So that's number 2. Number 3 is he's just so damn frustrating / flabbergasting / silly and sarcastic and goofy. He's just too goofy not to adore. So, of course, who wouldn't want to spend 2 hours of time talking to him while drinking wine, sitting in my kitchen with a cat that I hate? Or, wait, no, that hates me. Forgive me. So there's that. But out of everything that you got out of this whole conversation tonight, this is what you should know about this gentleman. First of all, you should pay attention to him because he's not one thing. He's what I call a creative chameleon. He's a musician. He's an actor. He's a writer. He's a friend. He's a supporter of the indie industry. And most importantly, he is probably one of the he's one of the biggest personalities that I know in the city. And he does it all very naturally. He's a terrific guy. Don't tell him that I said that. Most importantly, I really dig him. He's just a great fucking human being. Yes, I said that for his benefit because he likes it when I swear. But like I said, I'm so excited that he's going to come back to my show and do a real live interview. I'm so happy that he said yes to come and do this today because he made me look really good on my show. And perhaps if all of you like this so very much, you'll let us know that you liked it. We might just do this again at some point in time. If nothing else, just to listen to him talk because he's pretty intelligent and he can be very intellectual and he can be very informative. And he really does do a really good job at producing some really wonderful art. So, support his efforts. IMDb. Oh, wait. First of all, we should pronounce your last name right because I'm afraid to say his last name because I think I'll screw it up. So it's James. Last name is?
Right.
How do we pronounce that? Couldn't even say that. Can't even spell it. Not even going to try to say it.
I don't know how to spell it. I don't even know how to spell it myself.
I know.
So P is in Peter. So, wait, let's do it this way. Let's go Sesame Street. Ready? P is for Peter. Now P-R-A, V is in Victor, A, S is in Sam, I-L-I-S. And go to my website. It's jamespravasilis.com. Yeah, jamespravasilis.com. Go to theprimefilm.com for my movie. Yeah. And my website has all. Yeah, my website has all the IMDb stuff, some clips of me. Right. There's a little clip of me and Danny Aiello acting, which is my crown jewel right now. What else? I got the film.
He's on Instagram.
I got some other films coming up. I'm on Instagram. I think it's under Jimmy. Pravasilis, maybe? Yeah, Jimmy, James. And that's me. That's me in a nutshell. That's me in a big, fat,
See what I mean?
stinky
He's not
nutshell.
so bad.
How you like that?
Oh, my God.
Listen, I was off the. I got off the phone before. What did you say about me again? I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
That was beautiful.
You know what?
That was. Let me tell you something. No. Let me tell you something. You be quiet. Let me give 1 minute to say a really nice thing about you. This was wonderful, and those things you said really hit home. They really, man. It's been a rough, year for me on many different levels, and that was a really sweet thing. And it's nice to know that I can meet somebody, a good friend, now a new friend, like, in this industry. Like I said, there's acquaintances and people who have, like, flash friendship, I call it. And then there's people, you hopefully you know them for a while. And I think you do great work, and I think this is a great show. And I'm looking forward to, hopefully, fingers crossed, being your festival. And that's it. But I'm really going to miss you after the serial killer dies. But, I mean, at least we had tonight. That's all I got to say.
By the way, did you pick up your present?
Oh, well, I haven't seen Rachel. I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Okay, you know what?
Way
We're
to
down to the
embarrass
last
me on
3
the
minutes.
air. Nice going.
You need to, like, totally get off my show, and then if you want to continue this, call me in 5 minutes because I have to wrap this up. Because just get off my thing, and I'll finish my show.
All right.
And then you can.
Are you kicking me off the show?
That.
Well, I've been kicked
for
out
like
of
3
places,
minutes,
I'll tell you
because
that.
we're like down to the last
all
3 minutes here.
Okay, so you want me off the air is what you're saying. You want to end this. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. I hope for the three of you that listen, thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Was that not fun, folks? Oh, my God, he's amazing. You heard all the ways to find him. Obviously, we'll talk about doing another show. I just want to say thanks to everybody that was listening in. I don't think he really realizes how many people were listening in tonight. Obviously, one more reminder, within 2 hours, the show will be archived. You can go back and listen to it then, or else I'll upload it on YouTube tomorrow. And again, reminder, tomorrow, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, Badassery Podcast Gals will be on the show. Me and the 2 ladies. Hope to talk to you then. Thanks so much for all of your support. Thanks for listening in, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.
What a matchup!
And what a team, Mike. Metro PCS and the iPhone SE for $0 on a network that covers 99% of people in the U.S. Oh, impressive.
Play with the best. Switch to Metro PCS on an unlimited LTE plan and get a 32-gig iPhone SE for $0. Metro PCS. Coverage not available in some areas, plus sales tax. Claim based on talk and text. Not valid for active numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro PCS in the past 90 days. See store for details and terms and conditions.